Boom! Welcome back, everybody, to a session of D&D. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently this week, as Logan is going to be evacuated. Because he is currently at work, and he's going to be disappearing every 30 minutes or so.
So what
we are going to do, because Logan is missing every 30 minutes, is he is in a time flux vortex where he keeps disappearing, and that is completely fine. If he's not here for it, he'll just jump in whenever he gets back. All right, Logan?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to continue where we left off last week. You had finished exploring, as far as you guys are concerned, the Fishman and, as you called it, the Shitty Tree Isle.
Isle of Cave of Dead Goblin.
You're back onto the boat
And
with
Pete.
the Blue Paladin Kobold and Slip Off, the Goblin, who you have befriended a couple sessions ago. And we will go from there.
If I recall, we were just about at the boat. We were about to say goodbye.
You're at the boat.
Yeah. We were about to say goodbye to Solomon, but we've changed our minds.
Yeah. Well, alternate universe where Solomon comes along.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't even going to say goodbye to Solomon because he was.
Can I be yellow if this is an alternate universe?
No.
You're yellow because you're experiencing liver failure.
Yeah, jaundice.
And
You're a bit
that's why
jaundiced.
you have to keep backing out. Yeah, you have jaundice. That's really sad. I shouldn't be saying that.
Don't do that.
So we're going to There Was a Thing Here, right?
Sure. Do you guys all remember your characters' voices?
Oh, I do now.
No.
Yes!
Hi guys, I need to go to the party.
Silence.
Is that your character?
Well,
Other
we're gonna
campaign?
get John.
That's what it was always sounded like.
Where's our brown satellite?
Hi guys, it's Clarence.
No, stop.
No,
No one else
no.
knows what we're talking about.
No.
We're not doing inside
Yeah,
jokes.
we're streaming.
We're
Come
done
on,
with
guys.
that. Come on, we're done with
Jokes
that.
are fine.
Okay, let's play some D&D.
Where do you
Okay,
guys-
Absolutely gonna keep doing inside jokes.
What
Yeah,
place
go
do you guys want to go to next?
Well, we have There Was Thing Here, and we have,
I want to go to Thing Island. What about
where's
you guys?
Thing? Thing Island is kind of out of way, though.
Where the fuck is Thing Island?
It's in between Licky Tribe, I Pooped, and Gob.
Oh, the Heat Tribe looks like or Thingy Island just looks like a stain.
Wait, didn't we just discover Thingy Island? Or Thing Island?
No.
Not like just
We went
discovered
to
it, but
Longshanks
someone
and
told us
Swords.
about it.
No, Licky Tribe specifically, it was marked on the map because of it. Thing Island was always there.
Okay.
So we're going to There Was a Thing Here.
Apparently.
Where does Solomon want? Oh wait. Where does Gub want to go?
Gob wants to go to Big Boom.
What if we go
Say
to
hi
Big
to
Boom,
friends.
Thing Island, and then I pooped, and then we can go to Longshank with big swords.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
but if we're going to Longshanks, it would be easier to go Thing Island, Big Boom, I pooped, and then a straight shot down to Longshank.
No,
Let's
Big
go.
Boom, Thing Island, I pooped, then cherry shot down.
There was
Yeah,
a thing.
we're making
Aren't we at the? Aren't
There's
we at
a-
the
We are right here right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
so we
difference
go on
between
the
there was
So
a
if we
Thing
go
Island
here,
and Thing Island.
Romance survival check, somebody.
If you look
Um,
at John, Thing Island
Gub
is
gets
over
it.
there.
Gub gets Gub gets
There was a
advantage
thing-
with all
I thought we were
survival
gonna go
checks
up Thing
in this
Island.
area.
Oh, we're going to Thing
What
Island.
did you
not
need me to do?
Okay,
If
never mind.
someone person roll me a survival check, Gub gets
Well.
advantage on these sets of aisles. So you guys
I
need
got a
before you
24.
roll pit. Okay.
Marilyn already rolled.
Okay.
He's
So
become
you
well-versed
guys
with my
are
culture.
specifically right here.
Okay.
Gub wipes some blood from his face, and he goes, "If we just start here, and we go all the way, like, wait, hold on, back there, then down here, then loop to loop there, like that, then we'll be good."
That's a good idea. Let's
By
do
the
it.
way, no one can delete that from the map.
God damn.
Yeah, trace over it. Copy paste.
All right.
I like the squiggle. The circle is my favorite.
Gub, start swabbing the poop deck. Ulrich,
Yeah, at first I passed Big Boom, so
Ulrich, move those barrels
Toward-
from over there to over there.
You keep breaking up,
And
Clayton.
I'm
Uh,
gonna
Why are
Nice.
you commanding us?
Go
because
ahead.
I'm the
my-
seaman on this ship.
my internet isn't the best tonight, unfortunately.
You'll get
Are
an
you?
advantage.
I'm the ship.
What is your destination though? Is
We're
the
going
question.
to Big Boom, then to Thing Island, then to I Pooped.
Okay then.
What does that mean?
You're not going to There Was a Thing here?
No.
Trying to make it closer together so we can, and more like,
Okay.
not there was a thing here. I want to go there, but it's a little bit out of the way.
If we have extra time, we'll go to There Was Thing here.
To be fair, we've got
Okay.
plenty of time. The boat's going to come back.
Go
in
ahead
place.
and roll me a professional sailor. With it, yeah, with advantage from.
We're supposed
the
to meet
aid
back up with
of
them.
Slip off and the kobold.
So
There's,
I am rolling.
that
I'm
profession
rolling
isn't a thing.
vehicle water with
Yes.
strength.
Correct.
Is that considered a tool?
All right,
Yes.
20.
20.
Where do you want to land on the isle?
I'll have Gub direct me, like tell me which side of the island.
Which side of the aisle do you want to land there, Gub?
Wherever's closest to Boombringer tribe.
Do you know of like a
Okay.
dock that would be easier to land than just
No,
like,
there's no dock, but there is a spot that Gub
Okay,
brings
there's
you
like,
to.
There's like a little bay.
As you guys bring
Yeah.
forth, this isle as its entirety has smoke and poisonous sulfurous gas just constantly irradiated from the top of it. As you guys come close to the isle and begin to land, Gub goes, this spot. As you guys go to weigh the anchor, everyone whom is not familiar, this almost noxious gaseous fume hits your nose as you're like, oh shit. Like,
Smells like home.
With this,
for everyone
being-
else, it feels bad.
it would have taken us a day or two to get here, right?
Altogether, it takes about 13 hours, 14 hours to get here.
Okay, I've had a
So I'm
nap.
assuming we can sleep.
So if you guys want to take a long rest, absolutely, that's fine.
Cool.
And then we roll into the next morning. We're early morning, about 7 a.m. at this point,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
after a long rest. For everyone except for John. So 1 level of exhaustion, buddy.
What?
Yep.
You're the
Sorry, buddy.
captain.
Sorry, buddy.
I gotta get myself a hat. Alright.
All right.
I just kind of imagine this like the Isles of Kazan.
You know this isle better than anything, period. Like, you can just do whatever you want as far as survival goes on this particular isle.
Sweet.
Gub.
I go to my regular pooping spot.
That's about 4 hours away from you.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't think he stuttered, Ox.
He doesn't have to poop now, but he knows in 4 hours he's gonna have to. So he's gonna start walking now.
Gonna poop early. He's gonna say, God, I've been holding that since we've met. Since I left.
Yeah, 2 months I've been
I
holding
only
this
poop
shit
at
in.
home. I only poop at home.
What are those nervous poopers?
I'll show you. It's good. It's good. Right over cliff.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, it's noxious fumes. For everyone else, this feels like you shouldn't be here. As Gub kind of smells it in and take a step off the boat, like, we've landed.
Hey,
What is that
Logan,
sound?
You might want to mute your mic
Logan.
or something.
Yeah, put yourself on push to talk or something, buddy.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was on that.
That's okay.
You should be sorry. It's all your
As
fault.
as everyone else is kind of almost gagging from natural, like this for everyone else feels almost poisonous. For Gub specifically, it feels completely natural as he steps off and begins saying, "Come on, guys, let's go."
Alright, you keep saying almost poisonous. Am I feeling myself get more like
It's more of a natural response. Everyone else you're like the natural smells and whatnot. Like, it gives everyone a certain level of hesitation. Like, the natural smells goes, oh, this is spoiled meat, or this is rotten eggs, or this is
Okay.
like
It's like it smells bad, but it isn't actually producing any of the effects of anything that would be toxic.
Exactly. At this point, at least.
I'm
Like,
pulling
it's
out.
one of those, like, the natural response is, oh shit, I shouldn't go here. As Gub kind of walks on, like, as everyone else is like, ooh, that's not a good idea.
I'm gonna pull out a bit of cloth or something and just kind of wrap it around my face like as a face mask.
Alright. You kind of dip it in the salt water and kind of wrap it around to kind of collect the sulfuric.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, there's a lot of smoke radiating from this mountain.
I will,
There's basically no foliage or otherwise on this island that you guys have seen
Yeah.
in any form.
if I can keep on using my cantrip to do the like shape water, like just to refresh it or something.
To the best of your ability,
Yeah.
you fill a canteen and constantly do that to kind of clean
Just
it out.
waterboarding
the water
yourself.
out,
Yeah.
Full water, put
Just
water back.
Ray of frost my mask and then shape water to freeze it down.
It's a moist rag. It's not
Yeah.
completely like soaked.
Yeah.
You can use prestidigitation to dampen something, can't you?
Probably.
No, actually,
Pretty sure you can.
I don't know. I don't have that skill anyway.
you can do it to clean
Or soil.
or soil. That's true. Alright. Yeah, you guys land on this island as Gub steps off.
So this wonderful, magnificent island is your home, is it, Gub?
Ah, yes.
Fantastic.
The ash means, well, it means good things.
As you guys all hear like a low beeping that is kind of irradiating the island.
God, what is that?
What is this?
You don't know. You haven't been here for a little bit, but you have shared them the engineering skills you've learned.
Gub isn't sure, but sure it's good.
Should we run? Well, like,
No.
what?
Let's approach.
You don't need to roll survival for this, Gub. If you're going to guide them, you can easily get.
Oh yeah,
into your
I'm just
kind of
guiding
area.
them.
Yep. After you guys travel for about 2 hours, a goblin and about 6 other guards kind of lead as each of them is holding different forms of bayoneted, like, rifles. As we knew someone had come to this island. We didn't think it had been Gub. Welcome, Boombringer.
Hello, friends. I am back. Not for long though.
Who many friends? Oil man? Let's see, Hobgoblin? As they like.
No.
Right.
He. I know. Habbo here. He frightened me too. He still frightens me.
Click. They all like pull back the cock of their rifles.
If I recall,
You know,
I
I'm thinking about it more.
I think I've still got my.
You can
whip
kill
out
No,
there.
he's done some good. He's done some good. Not cross Gub yet.
As one of them like fires up like a red flare as the beeping stops. Oh, well, we'll escort you back to Island. We'll
Gub
escort you
sees-
back to Stronghold.
Good. Gub sees everyone hard at work.
Solfermine has taken a liking to your instruction, has brought many new invention to Isle.
This is good. Gub excited to see progress.
Good. One of them walks up to specifically Merlin. You smell like cook. You know how to cook? Yes?
No, but well, yes, but Gob's our cook.
Not surprised. Fair enough. Got. As he points to him,
You smell like goblin.
ration for most recent meal. He's oiled up already.
No. He champion of Gub.
Oh.
He champion of Big Rock Tribe.
Big Rock
Did you-
Tribe.
Did you
They
hear
got
Big
way-
Rock?
They
Big
got
Rock-
away many months ago.
Yeah. Gub talked to them though, and they seem to be in a good spot.
Fair enough. Welcome. come.
Yes, of course.
As about
bring-
6 goblins. Go
Bring
ahead.
word the one true God, Big Rock.
Big Rock?
Yes.
What do you know of Big Rock?
I am one of Big Rock's followers.
It's true. Big Rock move.
Big Rock.
Big Rock do move.
Big Rock cannot move for at least 20 years.
Big Rock move.
This changed
Very
though.
fast.
We bring life to Big
Alaric
Rock.
blinks away.
Roll me persuasion with advantage as the Lark blinks away. Specifically, Merlin.
I'm trying to spread the faith of Big Rock.
Absolutely.
Persuasion.
13. Okay. We look into this. But come. Come to the Flintwick. We come show you what we've done.
Wonderful.
Lead
As I
the way.
begin wandering off for it's about 2 hours. So it's about close to about midday, about 11 p.m. or so. Closer, probably about 10, between 10 and 11. You guys enter into a large iron kind of gate as it opens up as it opens up as the kind of goblin foot patrol has entered and kind of come near. As it opens, there's a large spilling forth of goblins as they kind of come out one by one to greet you. There's a number of them, soot covered. Their faces, a normal greenish skin has been covered by almost a blackish soot that has covered each one of their faces, whether living within the volcano itself or just foraging. They have been, like I said, they do not seem very keen on cleanliness, so the smell is pretty bad as you guys enter into the side of this mountain that leads into the soot fluming mountain.
Ah. Home sweet home.
Alaric blinks back.
Great. Lark goes back up. Ah,
He does that sometimes.
good. There's a few of us that do that too. Once or another. Well, one guy fell in a volcano one time, but he came back up.
What his name?
Up.
Scorched returned.
Hmm.
He out on hunting mission right now.
Well,
Only one Gobbo do this.
I'm surprised you didn't eat him.
Oh, we would never eat someone so blessed by the gods. The
true.
volcano bring life, bring death.
If Volcano give back Gabo when Gabo fall in, he must be important Gabo.
True. It's very true.
Or maybe he just tastes really bad. And Volcano did not want him.
Are you trying to persuade them to eat this goblin, or are you just making a statement?
I'm making a statement.
Blasphemy.
I feel like he should
Okay.
still be rolling persuasion.
Okay, so I was going to say, roll me a persuasion just to see how they take it. Interesting. Our god is a very interesting god, but we will keep that in mind. Come.
I'm kind of, as I'm going in, I'm just kind of looking around and seeing what kind of weapons and technological
Yeah.
advancements they've got.
So as far as kind of across the board, so because of specifically Glub's influence, these guys, while they now may not deal with steals and otherwise just due to natural resources lacking, the few resources that they're able to scavenge, irons and quartzes and diamonds and whatnot, they're able to use them to their fullest extent. So some of them have made kind of like almost a quote unquote leather, but it's studded with diamond instead. Some of them are able to take quartz or obsidian and make it into a full-end greatsword. Like, these people, while they don't have the natural resources or the trade to allow them to create the finest goods, for what they have, they are using them to their utmost skill level. Like, truthfully, even you as a hobgoblin or even Merlin having traveled well, like, the craftsmanship, just kind of looking around at some of the guards or just at some of the trades goods kind of passing through, like, they're incredibly high quality. The tinkering skill that Gub has kind of relayed to his tribe has been kind of sinking into the roots of themselves, and like Merlin has a passing fancy, but it kind of gets pushed off to the side of it almost rivals dwarven craftsmanship.
They will make good gifts for Big Rock.
Yeah. Gifts. I lean over and whisper to the one who's been guiding us. Soon we take Big Rock.
Yes, what shall we do to bring Big Rock to its knees if it moves?
No. We don't bring him to his knees. We just kill Big Rock tribe and convince him that we are true followers.
Yes, will do. As he just says, yeah, that, and then, come, take a look at our glorious fort. Come, take a look at our glorious fort. Take a look around. We have many different treasures and otherwise. Across the port, though, due to your ingenuity, Gub Boombringer, there's not really anything for you to do on this island. The large...
Irish goblins.
Yes.
That's what I was just thinking. It's like, this transition fast.
This is correct. The hill giants that had covered the mouth of the volcano, we were able to bring them out, and truthfully, there's not a whole lot for you to be able to do here.
Well, it's a good thing that Gub did not really come to do much, but to give information.
Come to Sootspure, to the different tribal elders who have taken to your liking.
Of course.
And once again, kind of for you, Gub, you're not like the leader of this tribe, but you're kind of one of the diplomats would be kind of a
Influencers.
Council member?
influencers would council member, influencer would be a better word for it. You're not like one of the quote unquote leaders. It's more of you go out, get information, bring it back to the tribe. They integrate it. They take your counsel very severely, and kind of what you influence them is what they bring into the tribe, and then you kind of continue out.
Gotcha.
It's more of like when you come in and say this, like they're not going to be like, oh, it's Gub. They're going to go, oh, it's Gub. We will
And you just
consider
told them
this
to kill
amongst our own
Big Rock
rituals.
tribe.
Yeah.
Your words carry weight, and you just told them to. You just.
Your words do carry severe weight. Like,
Good.
it's one of those things of whether or not it happens is not up to you, but it is heavily considered in the tribal elders. Whether as intelligent as you or otherwise, for one reason or another, are respected. And you bring your knowledge to them and they get to integrate it. But as you have seen, your ingenuity, engineering, and tinkering has kind of been brought to the tribe itself.
I can just see the annoyance in DT's face.
No,
He's back.
that's not annoyance.
Logan's back.
Well,
That's
I'm
fine.
Yeah, sorry.
plotting.
No. Alright. Are we we're among the council members now, or you were just...
If you want to, you can. It's going to take probably about a few hours to gather them, but it's more of you're brought into like the den of goblins.
Okay. So are we in like a kind of like... Is there like a bar area, like a local
Yes.
gathering space?
Yes, there is
that's where I would like to go
absolutely
to.
a local gathering space. If you would like to drink of the grog soaked, you absolutely may. For people who are not goblinkin, we'll see what happens. But we'll see what happens. But it's poorly made grog, effectively.
We call it gob.
Gob,
We
Sure.
call it grob. Sorry.
grub. Yeah, it's grub. It's rough. It's bad. It tastes poor. But it exists.
Mhm.
If you
Gonna
want
try
alcohol, that's what they have.
Gobos.
Are you
Yeah,
just
this is
gonna
so much
take
about-
a sip?
No, I'll take a mouthful. I won't disrespect their culture.
Roll me a Constitution save.
See, the thing is, it isn't actually grog. Goblins just invented an IPA.
This is actually Gub's favorite poop spot. You're just drinking Gub's
As you drink deeply,
Alaric, why you drink from Gub's poop spot?
as you drink deeply of it, Alaric, kind of as multiple goblins are offering it to you, and otherwise, it's heavily alcoholic, and the taste is almost sickening. But you push through it, and you realize, like, pound per pound from human ale, like, to goblin ale, like, this is heavily alcoholic. While the taste might not be the best, it'll get you drunk fast. And before you realize it, even with that one mouthful, as you just kind of down it, you're like, oh shit. As you take, like, a couple minutes, you're like, oh shit. As you're a little tipsy just from that one mouthful.
I'd kind of like to let out like a little like.
It's good.
I know, right? Yes. You want more? As one of them goes to
Muted,
fill the
plain
rest of your mug
carnage.
up.
No, this is enough for me, thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. That'll be that'll be 3 copper.
It's a bit of a steep price, but okay.
Let me just say, goblin ale, best ale. Grog, it's best grog.
You can say that, yeah.
That's a statement.
I like a lark. Do you pay the 3 copper to just kind of keep your drink? And you put 3 copper on the table as they take it and they bite into it, just kind of gnawing into it as they're like, as they wander off and kind of continue. As you guys are before you realize it, just kind of in a gathering hall, digged into the mountain itself. Rough stone tables and stone chairs kind of lie your wake as you each take a seat, being slightly taller than what you need to be. So it's kind of like the knees are slightly up to your chests.
How bad am I looking?
You're pretty bad.
You're sitting on the
Can
floor.
I just sit on the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of for you.
Is anyone else
as-
picturing like the labyrinth and like the Goblin King's chambers?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to kind of picture it. As drinks and water, whatever you would ask, are served to you as kind of Gub takes a seat, as you all take a seat. And what do you want to say, guys?
Gub has announcement.
Here! One of them holds up a cup.
Gub brings new things for Boombringer Tribe.
Slaves!
New Gub brings Boombringer Tribe many more things, as another person holds up 2 cups.
Well said.
As he looks at you very confused.
Hold on. Don't actually have my sheet open. I pull out the jar of whatever's left of the foot.
Yep.
New type of food, and I like set it down on the bar. And
Bunch of goblins go to try to gather it as there's a boom, as everyone kind of covers their ears for a second, as the barkeep kind of wanders off with a peg leg, as he kind of just kind of hobbles with like a weird hooked hand as he goes out to reach for it, as he goes, "I don't know what else you need to bring for it." As he points it at one of the goblins. "I'll blow your head off. What do you bring for us, bringer?"
I cast comprehend language.
Wait, no, I got this.
I speak Goblin and I didn't understand what he just said.
Oh,
I
I
also
tried to
speak
tell the
Goblin.
cat to stay on the boat, by the way.
I bring out my lyre. Ah!
song.
What is that for? Tell me what you're trying to do with this, Merlin.
So, it sounded like they wanted presents.
No, as he's like, "What do you want to do for Boombringer?" As you're like, "Ah!" Is that kind of roll me a persuasion? no advantage.
Okay.
Oh fuck! As everyone like stops as they're like pulling out short swords and shit, as they kind of go to grab it, as they're like, they all kind of stop as they sheathe, as they look at you.
Is Talk Harp.
Yes, friend Merlin sings great song, tell amazing tales. Go ahead, Merlin.
Yes, Berlin.
New food. Yeah, tell it's a new food. Go ahead.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
As a goblin with a huge swollen eye, and the other eye is so recessed that it's almost like it's underdeveloped. Shut up. As it's almost underdeveloped, as he's sitting about 3.5 feet tall. Two prosthetics, his left leg and his right arm, are both almost mechanical at this point as he reaches out for the jar. As he looks at you, yes, tell us.
Can I try and play a song about
What are you trying to tell the tale of? What are you trying to tell and convey to the crowd?
The joys of worshiping Big Rock. and the prosperity he brings.
My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of Big Rock. He is bouncing out the vintage.
God, so about halfway through, you realize he's not conveying the message you want to tell. He's conveying the message of Big Rock. As many people are like starting to kind of sing along on the chorus as they don't know the verses themselves, as he is a very well-traveled bard and able to convey the verses uniquely and interestingly in themselves. As you're like, wait, hold on, this isn't what I was trying to sing and what I was trying to tell them. As you're like, hold on a minute. As many people seem to have like kind of really taken your message to heart there, Merlin.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be a thing.
As they're like, to the glory of Big Rock, we go and how to down it up, Big Rock. We got it. As Scope goes to sing.
Honor him, we beat our enemies with a sock filled with rocks.
Sock filled with rocks, and we go and we worship great Big Rock. Wait. As they like look to Gub.
There's one goblin in the corner. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose.
Big Rock.
Same tune.
Gub also make new inventions. And I hold out the switch to my unseen servant and the grease gun.
As the barkeep comes up with his normal goblin hand and his weird mechanical hand as he goes to grab them. We will study them. Should take just a couple of weeks and we should be able to replicate them.
Okay.
As he wanders off to the back, sets them down and comes back up. Who would like to drink to Big Rock?
Gob puts him
like
on.
a crowd across the group as
Gob gob.
To Big Rock. Gob gob.
Gob gob.
Okay.
Zug zug.
As
pretty
much
much
people drink to Big Rock.
I'll drink to Big Rock with him.
Okay.
No one else is gonna?
No, there's a ton of people who
poison.
That shit. Realistically, it is kind of poison.
Alcohol is poison.
Yeah, but I drink distilled poison.
Yeah, I'm still just sipping away at my water that I'm surreptitiously putting from my water flask.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to drink the water here.
It probably tastes like rotten eggs.
Sulfur. Yeah.
You're probably safer drinking the water from the Ganges than you are drinking water from this truck. No offense.
Alaric blinks out of existence temporarily.
Okay.
Well, now that Gub has caught up with other members of Big Boom, Gub must talk to...
Anyone just see that?
What?
He was drinking an ale and then he was just gone.
As like the ale is like drops it as it like falls halfway
That's just-
over, completely empty.
It killed him.
I was unaware that he knew.
Nobody drink the ale.
Everyone is prepared for this. No one is surprised.
It's okay. It happens. We get at least 3
Well-
deaths a week.
Merlin and Solomon share a long gaze of distrust.
Probably at me. It's like, what the
No,
fuck?
at
That's
the
some
ale.
arcane shit. Like, we're here, it's about middle of the day, isn't it?
Probably at this point it's about 2 p.m. or so.
Okay. I kind of want to have a look around and see if there's any workshops or anything that I might be able to visit.
There's a ton. Like, I'm not kidding when I say, like, it's one of those things. Like, your level of Arcana is, I don't want to say archaic, but it's so different that it's almost archaic.
Yeah.
Like, you're used to leaning on the ley lines and pulling forth the plane of fire to produce X, Y, or Z, or producing just those kinds of things. As they're pulling from a
Their ass.
specific realm of magic that is. It's not beyond your means. It's just so different than your understanding of it.
Yeah.
As you go to a forge, an apprentice, as he pulls forth the magical, entities to create this a rudimentary firearm that's only good for a single shot. As you're like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can create magical missiles. I can create a shield that would protect me from physical attacks. This is beyond the means of which I'm capable.
Mm-hmm.
This is a realm of magic that I do not
Beyond the
comprehend.
means of mortal gobs.
No, it's just different.
Yeah. Two things that I want to do, just looking at it,
Yep.
do they, like, the weapons that they created, even though they're very kind of high quality and well made, they're still basically fairly rudimentary?
You know what's funny is you, particularly watching maybe the forging process, you look at them, you're like, honestly, they don't seem like they would do much. As you're like, that's not going to do anything. As they fire it with a large explosion as it shoots a giant hole in a target
Yeah.
that's made of stone or otherwise, as you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, don't want to be on the receiving end of that. What I want to try do is, like, my hand crossbow. Is there any way that they can jury rig it, so either to
No, I
kind
get
of
it.
increase its stopping power or firing? Like, can they tinker with it to, like, get rid of the minimum range or extend it or make it hit harder? Like, can they masterwork
With-
it into a +1 or?
Like, looking into the hand crossbow specifically,
Yeah.
they tell you it would take a tinkerer beyond their labor. As you kind of spend 8 hours with them, 10 hours, kind of sharing with them your magical and arcane kind of precedence of, I pull through these rituals and whatnot, the arcane that lies within us all,
Mhm.
and craft it into, magic missile or shield or whatever. As they're like, we don't understand. We pull from the mountain itself, as we pull from the mountain the fire and explosive energy. As you kind of talk about the synergies of it, you realize, like, it might be capable, and so do they, but it would take someone who is able to pull those magical entities and
Well-
pull those magical entities beyond yourselves
I'm not
and them.
literally talking about making it a magic weapon. Just see
Oh
if-
no, I understand.
yeah, just
It's-
like
if
upgrading
if they're able to tinker it,
Yeah.
they, like I said, they look at it and they go, with with something that's been made of this quality already, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It would take somebody to make something with the understanding of what could be
Mm-hmm.
to create something that is capable of doing what is possible in the future.
Fair enough.
As they, like I said, if you spend about 8 hours with them, kind of looking and tinkering, they tell you this. They
Yeah.
are openly willing, and it's almost the opposite of what dwarven. Your experience of dwarven forgery is, of it's very secretive and whatnot. They're openly willing to share of, like, unfortunately, we're not able to to replicate it, because while we may be capable of it, you'd have to ultimately pay and have the materials crafted from scratch to produce the item that you're looking to create. One that is capable of taking modifications of X, Y, or Z.
Yep.
And as they do this, you kind of start to understand, like, maybe they're talking about a magic item, or maybe they're talking about just an item that's crafted by somebody whose tinkering skills and kind of magical craftsmanship is beyond what a normal mortal is capable of, and the magical, embodiments flows through them to create something beyond what a normal craftsman would be able to create.
Yep. Gob!
And
Alaric blinks
that's
back
kind of
into
what
existence.
that's what kind of it kind of brings into your mind. Dwarven craftsmanship is a lot of the times innately magical, but kind of talking with these goblins and whatnot and kind of understanding it brings almost a little bit more understanding to the craftsmanship. And you understand, like, it would take dwarven's craftsmanship or somebody who is significantly more powerful than them to create something from scratch to be able to do X, Y, or Z.
Okay. I've got options. Fair enough.
Yep.
Sorry,
Does anyone else want to do anything in the 24 hours or in the 8 hours or so?
Yeah.
Gub, I'm assuming you're arranging a kind
Meeting
of a
with the elders.
leaders.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Soot spewer and suit. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's meeting with his elder.
Did anyone have? Does anyone remember if there was a name for the Kobold tribe?
This specific one?
Yeah.
So this one is literally just Boombringer.
No, the Kobold tribe, not the Goblin tribe.
Oh, the Kobold tribe? They didn't.
They didn't give us a name.
Not really. They gave you like, they gave you a couple different names actually. If I think back on it,
I've got
probably the clearest bringer of the name would probably be Solomon, because they referred to him as a couple different things.
Dickhead, arsehole, wanker.
Solomon,
Yeah,
you talk to kobolds, right?
occasionally.
No.
And Slip Off and the Blue Kobold also stayed here to defend the ship. Just FYI.
Gotcha. No.
Did you hear me before when I said my cat stays too?
Yep, I heard you.
You talk to kobolds.
I did, yes.
Yes. Did kobolds give you name of tribe?
I never asked, but I can recall them calling themselves a couple different names. None are coming to mind right now, though, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
That
a
issue.
Blue Scale Longsnout was one of their names, but that was about it.
What are you planning, Gub?
Defense.
It's fair.
You heard them. They say that they try and take over after a while. Gub needs to prepare for these things.
Well, the longer you wait, the more they're going to be prepared for you.
That's why Gub gather forces of all goblins on Isle, like Gub been trying to do. Unfortunately, Gub needed to wait until Boombringer tribe was a little bigger.
It's fair.
But now, looking around, it seems like Boombringer tribe is just about at the position to start preparing in case of something bad.
Right, if you need any help, let me know.
Of
I'll
course.
be here watching people drink.
Why watch when you can join?
That's a question for another time.
By the way, your lizard-like, smell, like the natural inclination as people kind of push drinks towards you, you're like, ooh, as you kind of push it away towards the next person.
Puff, puff, pass. Just like, no.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, no, next drink, please. As each one, you're like, ooh, no, thank you, as you
How
keep
are these
passing.
getting worse?
You're getting to the bottom of the barrel of the dregs.
Yeah.
They're all like.
You think that they
climbing
mix their
over tables.
drinks evenly?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The bottom of it is like a slushy.
As maybe like every 1 in 10, you're like, I'll drink this, I guess. As you
Yeah,
drink it, as you keep passing it, and kind of
Yeah, you kind
keep
of doing
going.
the old.
Maybe 1 in every 10, you're just like, ooh,
One
nope.
sip.
Keep going.
This is like 80% grain alcohol and like 10%
Other
I
things.
10% something else, 5% something else, and then
Salt
like
water.
1% pee. Nobody knows about that 1%, but it's in.
Goddamn.
It gives it
It's-
tang.
It's pretty
It's
bad.
also why every barrel's different, because every barrel is a different goblin's pee.
Absolutely. That's completely true.
Some of it even has blood in it.
Sometimes.
You should stop punching
Merlin,
kidneys.
do you just drink heavily of it to kind of get an experience of what this
No,
culture
you don't
is?
remember? Merlin doesn't drink.
Oh, that's fair. What do you drink
Which one that doesn't?
Water.
in this hall?
Said water was available.
Water is available.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It still doesn't taste completely purified, but it's close enough.
It's vodka. It's water. Yeah. Okay. Here's your
It's close
water.
enough. It's close enough to water that you're like, you drink it as you're like, ooh, there's something else in there, but it's fine. As you keep passing it.
I flavor it with prestidigitation.
Okay, great.
Doesn't help.
Not really, but it's the lingering effect.
I make it
of
taste like
is still-
pizza.
It still tastes pretty bad, but you're able to get through it because of your knowledge of previous, high quality purified waters. Is anyone doing anything specific?
No, I was just kind of looking at it through their workshops and how they're making things
Yep.
and taking notes and yeah. So that's me for a few hours.
Yeah,
I'd want
absolutely.
to absorb their. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Their
Go ahead,
souls.
Alaric.
I'd want to like see if they have any smiths and see what their handiwork is like, how they do it. If it's
Your
different.
handiwork, like I said, of a dwarves craftsman, it's
No, like I want to watch the process.
yeah, like I said, it's from your experience of the dwarves craftsman, it is unethical, but effective, as you're able to kind of memorize some of the tactics and whatnot that they use to produce this effect. As you look at it, as it's almost a disgust to you from the experience and the long, multiple generations of tradition, even through Dwarvenkin. It's one of those that you look at and you're like, ooh, I'm not okay with this. But you look at it and you see the end result as you're like, but it's effective. So
Okay.
it's kind of one of those that you document and you write down and you keep notes of what they're using and what magical
never before heard
incantations
of
they're using to bless
goblins.
of. Goblins are traditionally not very good craftsmen.
Yeah, it's sticks with stones tied to them that fall off midway through a throw.
If you remember the shit that we were going through before with the other tribes, that's the standard. Where it's basically
Yeah.
nothing.
Absolutely. That's fair.
Yeah,
It's
They
more
worship an unmoving rock.
yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are in the
yeah.
middle of an industrial revolution.
Yeah.
Yep.
Children of the revolution.
What we'll do is we will take a quick break here because I gotta pee real quick.
Mhm.
Everyone
That's
else,
fine, I
will
do
go ahead
too.
and pee, and then we'll come back to it, and we will do the clan elders council.
Fair enough. Be right back.
Sounds good.
All right. BRB.
Sorry about having.
Okay.
We're back.
Basically, we left off with people learning a little bit of kind of how the magic itself was being maneuvered and interpreted beyond their initial classes, and that the workmanships of dwarves might be in themselves magical, but due to someone teaching the goblin folk how to craft certain things, their craftsmanship is very professional.
Yeah.
Gub, did you teach them all of these things?
Gub taught how to make very basics. Some of the stuff they learn on their own.
Uh-huh.
Goblin Alert AI. We have to watch out for it now.
Gub teach how to make gun. Gub teach how to use tools. But then Gub go.
So this is all self-taught, is it? No one else has been showing them what to do? I find it hard to believe that there is so much improvement in such a small town.
Goblins help each other. After Gub kick out Mork Manbleeder, Gub issue a new era of friendly goblins. Basically, Gub had friend that told Gub that goblins might be better if goblins didn't hurt so many people, and if goblins spent more of their energy on creating instead of destroying. So, after Gub shoot Mork, Gub put in place new plan for goblin innovation.
Insight check?
If goblins...
Sure, roll me an insight check /GR.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a persuasion?
/GR.
Bosshawk, Gub is planning to kill you.
I know this. The feeling's mutual.
Yeah.
This comes down to more Voshawk's innate distrust and dislike of goblins more than anything. It's like, you really can't have done this.
So, Voshawk, it's kind of interesting. Well, you kind of, from your understanding and kind of watching of Gub, some of the principles are there, but your understanding is it's taught from someone. It has to be. And if Gub hasn't been here, he may have taught the quote-unquote principles. Alaric as well. Like I said, the craftsmanship is beyond even him. At least as far as you've seen. But you haven't seen him work at a tool bench or a craft or a forge or anything like that for a week or so.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering, that was all.
Yes, Gub first learned from a friend named Vikram. He Longshank, but he Gabo.
What kind of Longshank, if you don't mind me asking?
Human. They came to kill Boombringers, but...
You're breaking up.
Where did it cut off?
At the start.
He's a human.
Yeah, I heard that.
He human. Him and friends come to kill Boombringers before Boombringers.
Well, Boombringers before Boombringers.
Manbleeders.
Oh.
How does one bleed a man?
Stick him with us.
Oh, it's very easy.
Does it come out in little bits, or does a whole man just fall out?
No. Mork's tactic was to stab people many times and they bleed a lot.
Oh. You make the men bleed. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
But
God,
yeah.
I'm sure your tribe has an interesting history.
Has he ever? Did you pay attention to exactly how he made his things?
Well, yeah, he specifically. That's how Gub made gun.
Do you know if he ever made anything with regards to liquid metal weapons?
Don't think so. Though he did have metal arm.
Liquid metal weapon, like heating it up and then throwing it on people like a very, very hot liquid.
Oh, Gub does.
That
Gub has
sticks
done
and
that. Gub has
burns
done
and-
that.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Dumping
Probably
metal.
quite effective.
Oh yes, very much so.
No matter.
Only we could heat metal that fast.
Well, we just grab buckets of lava and throw it at people.
You just hold buckets of lava, yeah?
Your buckets can hold lava? Let me see these buckets. I would like to purchase one.
Well, they didn't hold it for long. It was kind of you filled bucket with lava, then run down mountain as quickly as possible to throw lava on whoever you wanted.
Yeah, you threw the bucket.
But
It
it-
sounds like.
Yeah. But these
Very
Buckets
dangerous
of lava.
procedure. Oftentimes you lost a hand or some fingers.
I want to see these buckets. They can hold lava.
They're probably just like normal wood buckets, and you've got like 30
They're
seconds.
totally. They're like metal buckets, and it just melts through.
You've got 30 seconds to get down the hill before it's.
30 seconds is a long time to grab that. Also, these are some strong goblins if they're holding a bucket full of lava.
Yeah, but they get
I'd
burnt.
say it's a
quickly.
normal bucket. It's probably a goblin-sized bucket.
It's a cup.
It's
It's
a cup. It's,
a metal cup.
it's a large mug to a human. That's what it is. Or it's like one of those child-sized sandcastle pails.
In short, Gub, yes, it can, in short, hold lava. Long term, no.
Yeah, that was the point. That was what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
We carried lava, not
on.
for very long, but we did it.
Yeah, full on Minecraft this shit.
Is Gub Steve?
Do you have any idea where your friend traveled to next?
No,
Or if he's still here?
not still here. After he teach Gub take over Boombringers, and he said he had to go. Apparently they were adventure party, which is why Gub wanted to become adventurer.
Every time there's a character that ends with it's like, oh my god, he's a relative of Dalgrim.
What's the plan from here?
Well, Gub, I believe, has wanted to talk to his elders.
Yeah, Gub needs to tell them of coming danger.
Okay.
What time of what time is it?
Maybe 4 p.m.
Does anybody
I'll
want to
be
explore
right back.
until the elders are here, or?
God damn it.
If you guys want to do something while we're waiting to speak to the elders, that's fine.
Well, that's what we're about to
Wait,
get
wait,
to.
and how long is it?
He's
Or-
gone
oh,
again.
How long wait for the elders?
Between 6 and 10 hours.
Do you guys want to do some exploring until then? Learn a bit more of the island?
With all the volcanic activity around here, I'm a bit worried about that. I'd hate to put my foot wrong and lose it.
I think you'll be able to see it before you step on it.
Not with these goblins around. Who knows what tunnels and things are dug and pit traps, and they're a crazy bunch of motherfuckers. But I think they
Let's
could
put it this way:
they could be
goblins are
useful.
very light.
Yeah, if anyone's going to fall through a pit trap, it's probably going to be Alaric, to be honest.
I already did.
Like, Gub will walk ahead of us. Yeah, it's all fine. You go by.
True enough.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Alright, sorry.
you're right.
It's okay, Gub.
Gub had to power down for a second.
They were thinking about exploring the Isle before you met with the elders, because it might be fun. And Vozhok was explaining to him, you guys are much lighter, and you might fall through a pit and then be dissolved by lava.
Pretty much. Clearly, there is lava on this island. I do not want to lose a foot.
Maybe.
Or if you want to wait, that's fine. Just let me know.
Up to you, friends.
I want to buy a
Why don't you
masterwork
go
dagger
with
from them
your
so I can
house,
stab
Gub?
someone.
Gub doesn't want to hold you guys here for too long. Gub still wants to explore.
Gub,
Awful.
let's go see your house.
Gub house?
Yeah.
Okay. Take them to the whatever it's called, the chieftain. No, the house of Gub.
Okay, tell me about the House of Gub and explain it to your friends. Has it been preoccupied because of space, or has it been sanctified because of you? You tell me.
I'm assuming it's been sanctified because alright, so I don't know how the industrialization has affected the actual architecture, if like there's buildings that are significantly bigger from last time that I've been here, but
It's mostly just been a carving into the mountain, like as a
Gotcha.
whole. So it wouldn't have affected the industrialization. Wouldn't have affected the actual building. It just more of like if water could be pumped to it, like that kind of thing would have been affected.
gotcha. Yeah, it's basically compared to the other goblin homes, it's a little bit bigger. There's kind of like a front deck or patio type thing. On the deck, there's a blood splatter that goes onto the front wall, and there's a tiny little hole. But inside the house, it's goblin sized. It is not human sized, unfortunately. So if you go in, you gotta kind of duck a little bit. There's probably just a bunch of like maybe rotting food in one corner, and maybe like some nice things. There's a hammock on instead of like a normal bed. There's a table with some tiny chairs and stuff like that. Nothing too special, but yeah.
Is there a female gobbo in your life?
Emo gobbo.
A gobbet?
What?
Goblina.
A gobbet?
How dare you? And I slap him on the calf. That's a very rude word in my culture.
I'm sorry.
All gobbos are equal here. No, there is no female gobbo.
There's no female gobbo?
Is there a male gobbo in Gub's life?
Nope, just gob.
Lots of male golems. You've talked to a bunch of them already.
Yeah,
This is my tribe. Plenty of people
There's
in my
gobbos
life.
everywhere.
Yeah.
What?
What are you talking about?
Wait, hold on. I feel like I might have missed something. Is Alaric trying to seduce Gub?
No,
I-
he is not.
Maybe.
He is
Okay.
not. For he is definitely not trying to seduce Gub.
We don't
Okay.
judge Alaric. It's okay.
Why?
He's just
Why
trying to
Alaric
learn more
ask?
about Gub's life.
Why Alaric ask, as Gub says.
Well, I saw you. We're seeing your house. I figured it's okay to ask a little bit of a personal question, get to know you better.
Yeah, where Gub Mom?
Gub mom dead.
Gub's
She
dad?
eaten. She eaten by bear. Oh, Gub dad. Gub dad killed by Mork.
What?
Yeah, one time, Manbleeder tribe attack humans, but they drive us off, and Mork was about to be captured, so he tripped Gub's dad, and Gub's dad died instead.
And that's okay with you?
Well, no, Gub banished Mork later, but it happens. Gobbos die.
Does Gub have any sister?
No, just Gub.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Just
where are you
go.
going with that?
Do you have a pet? No?
Pet.
So you
No,
are the
Gub-
last.
Gub does have friend though.
Who's Gub's?
That's nonsense.
No.
Gub doesn't have any friends.
You jerk.
Kidding.
So you're the last of your name, Gub.
Mm,
No, there's 3 others named Gub.
Do you have a surname, Gub?
Boombringer.
Oh, is the whole camp Boombringer?
Now.
No, Gub
Nutty.
Boombringer.
Yeah.
So you're okay. So there's no other. Are there any other Boombringers?
No.
Okay.
Gub given Boombringer name after he bring gun.
So what were you
Gobos.
before Boombringer?
Just Gub.
Just Gub? Is that how goblins do it?
First name Just, last name Gub.
No. First name Gub. Last name no last name.
Pleased to meet you, no last name.
Sword coming.
Gub kind of like squints at Merlin.
Well, I'm sure this little chat about family history is wonderful and all, and he's left.
Fair enough.
And now I can't even remember what I was
It
going to
is.
say.
It is wonderful, Vazhak, and judging by how you said that, I'm assuming you're gonna say something rude about us needing to get a move on or something like that. Because you do it a lot.
Something along
So-
those lines.
Absolutely. So why don't we skip the being mean to Gub part and let him relax for a while? He seems to like it here.
I must say it is quite an
hope
interesting
he
place.
likes
It
it
has
here.
piqued my interest,
There you go.
especially his friend.
Really sorry, that's the last time. I've just had food in the oven, but it's all out now.
Gub, where's your friend? You said something about a friend here?
Friend, he traveler.
What's his
Him,
name?
Vikram.
no, him named Motu.
Motu.
He kobold.
He's a kobold.
Yeah, he blew like Solomon.
He a different friend?
Slippery, like mom.
What mean?
Well, you were talking about your human friend who taught you all these things.
Oh, Vikram? Yeah, no. Motu different friend. Gub knew Motu long time.
What, John? What are you giggling about?
He's
Slippery
Yeah, when
like
you-
mom.
When you said
Yeah.
blue like Solomon, Logan unmuted his mic
Yeah.
and whispered, slippery like mom. And it was so good.
Jeez.
Anytime anyone says that, I don't know where it's from, but it makes me laugh.
It's from this game.
It's from this game, John.
Is it
This
really?
campaign.
Yeah,
Your campaign.
one of the goblins from the Big Rock tribe like licked Merlin and was like, slippery like mom.
I thought it was something. I thought maybe Gub
We've
said it.
explained this to you like 3 times too.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
have, but I forgot every single time.
Why ask about Gub's family?
Generally, just in order to find out. That's why you ask
Where you
things.
come from? You learn a lot about someone from where they come from. Like now, I've learned a lot about why you are like you are, Gub.
How is he?
Yeah, how am Gub?
You are tolerable as far as goblins go.
And you are
A hobgoblin.
yes. No, Gub joke. Vosshawk, you nicer than most hobgoblin.
That was almost a compliment.
Yeah.
You not whip Gub yet.
Yeah, well, considering I think my whip is still in my pack.
Yep.
I put it away kind of when last time we went into a weird goblin tribe.
True enough.
Smart.
Well, this has been quite interesting.
Gub, glad to show you home.
It is more civilized here than I expected.
Have you ever thought about trading partners?
Well, that's why we established communications with Longshanks to south. This is taken
There's a knock at your dub, or door.
at my
Gub.
dub.
Dyslexis or teeple poop. There's a knock at your door, Gub. As one of them goes, Goblin Arrow's awake. You wish come?
Oh, yes. Gub has important information.
Break friends.
Was that
Of
bring or
course.
break?
Bring.
Okay.
Break.
In Goblin language, those two words are
Friends.
synonymous.
They're very close.
Yeah, breakman.
As he kind of gives a nod as he wanders off.
Well then, lead the way.
When you meet elders, remember. Wait, Gub, forget. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Dear God. Gub, before we go, how did the elders become elders?
Live long enough.
Gub shrugs.
Shrugs in, I don't know, or maybe like you understand. What is
Gub doesn't know? I mean, do I know?
Do you know?
Were they here last time?
Yes. They weren't called Boombringers then.
Called man bleeders, right?
They were called man bleeders before. Some of the tribal elders may have been deposed or otherwise, but tribal leaders, you're not one of them.
Goblin elders become elders by being goblin heroes. They do great thing for tribe.
Okay.
And here I was just thinking it was because they lived the longest.
Well, and Gub kind of gets close to Vosshawk. Gub has theory. They just lie about what they do, and they just old and tell everyone that lie. And since no one older than them, no one can prove them wrong.
That aligns more to my conceptions.
What about the other elder?
What other elder?
Aren't there more than one elder?
There are, in the Boombringer tribe, there are 4.
Right. So, there's at least 3 people older than one of the elders.
It conspiracy.
So how did he
Gub-
get on?
Gub just goes like,
We missed that.
I just tapped my temple with one finger.
Let us go then.
Okay. You guys are brought into the Hall of the Elders. Once again, it is carved of almost pure obsidian, like stone or obsidian, like most of this. As you guys enter deep into the tribe, it is warmer than the rest of it, as this particular part of the dwellings, as we'll put it, has been carved of almost pure obsidian. It is elaborate and it is beautiful in its own right, but at the same time, those of you who are not wearing boots, or those who are wearing animal hide boots, are careful of where you step, because if it is not at the right place, it is sharp and it will cut directly through that.
Good old steel cap hobgoblin boots.
It is, like I said, for the most part it's smoothed out, but it's for one of those swift moments that you step as you're like, did it just cut my boot? Like, as you're kind of stepping separately, as you kind of feel your boot, as you're like, oh my god, it cut my hard leather boot, as you step into this tribe of elders. As there are 4 of them, one of them who sits with a almost boiled face, as his face has these large lumps all throughout, covering most of his face. One of them adorning the finest of white that has some slight blackened layering to it, wolf hide that has been put over top of him. One of them which has a gun larger than Gubbs.
It's not the size that counts.
It is a gun larger than Gubbs, and one of them that seems to be just a standard goblin.
That seems.
As the goblin with the wolf hide sits and stares, as this hall, quote unquote, has been cut large enough for up to 12 feet tall.
Heck yeah.
Sitting for most, as these 4 sit, as there are 6 goblins sitting on the sides, each with these machinations that seem similar to Gubbs, sitting on their backs, as there are these 4 and then 6 guards, each holding similar, machinations similar to Gubbs.
Just like eyeballing the room and the size of it and height, considering how short
Yep.
goblins are, this room probably would have been able to hold, like, a hill giant would be able to stand in here.
Realistically, yes.
Yep.
Just kind of looking briefly, like a hill giant could fit in here pretty, normally.
Mm-hmm.
Gubb is not sure as far as why this hall is built so big, but it has always been built this big since before his, lifting in levels of the tribe.
Yeah. I just
Most goblins don't even get to view this hall.
Yeah.
As
I
the
was
4
just
elders
thinking
kind of
they
sit
mentioned
as
hill giants earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
As the wolf-hided goblin stands and just goes, Gubb Boombringer, what you bring before tribe? What you wish known? And whom do you bring?
Greetings, Elder. Gubb brings with him new friends. Longshanks from far away that have come and have helped. Gubb also bring information, and Gubb also bring, and I pull out pickled frog. Food.
As the one whom is not clad in any particular ornate decorations or otherwise, but is just very old. Leather, his green goblin skin wrinkled beyond what most of you are like, ooh, that's a goblin. As you're like, oh, that's a goblin. As he stands and goes, bring before me. As
I
he
bring
holds out his
the jar to him.
tea. Reaches down into it and pulls a small piece out, putting both of his hands in, putting a small piece and closing it to the best of his ability, handing it back to Gub. You share with tribe, but friends who bring long shanks come before Gobbo tribe. Speak for selves. What is worth before great boombringers?
I reach into my. I saw this coming. I reach into my bag and I will pull out my jar filled with some kind of green liquid that has the 4 lizard tails in it.
Yep.
Do not share this with Gub.
You were there when I bought it, numbnuts.
Gub doesn't recall.
I can't remember where it was, but it's like, this is some random shit, and we're going to a goblin place. This will work perfectly.
Opens it, pulls it out, and reaches his hand in, pulls out a goblin or a lizard tail, and acceptable, Hobble.
A gift from the hobgoblin tribe of hobgoblins of Siege Tabar. We are not all bad.
Siege Tabar. As emissary, Gobbo before us. What else friends bring? Longshank.
I have this.
And I want to pull out the head fruit.
Okay.
I was waiting for that to come up.
Yeah.
I was like, who's going to give out the head fruit? Because I know someone is.
I bring this gift for you.
Holds it to like one of the small goblins to his side. Whispers something in goblin as takes a bite and he starts kind of. No, he doesn't actually. Takes a bite as he goes. As he goes out and grabs it, goes, where you find such fruit?
It was on an island in the surrounding region.
Which island?
On Cave of Dead Gobbo.
Cave Dablo. Well, we'll send explorers.
I wouldn't recommend it. It is a very dangerous tree.
I'll
Avoid tree.
It's a shitty tree.
Shitty tree. Yes.
It would kill many gobbo.
Keep note as he kind of motions to the other goblin and whispers in the ears with his leathery, kind of almost abnormally elongated finger. You welcome speak as Gobbo. Who next as friend of Gob Boombringer?
Merlin and Solomon. You're up, lads.
I didn't know we had
If you don't want,
Alright, I gave a gift for the song.
If Gub can speak for Slippy One here,
which one's Slippy One?
I point to Merlin. I point to
Okay.
Merlin. He share great tale of Big Rock with the entire bar.
They look to Slippy One, Merlin. Slippy One, this true. You bring tale of Big Rock. Tell me tale.
Can I just repeat it?
Now roll me persuasion.
Or
For him.
performance.
Performance?
Either of the two.
Not bad.
I was gonna say, like, Merlin's the only one who's rolled tonight.
We keep note of this.
Pretty much.
We keep note of this. I've been rolling a lot
Yeah.
tonight. We
But
keep note of
in a
this.
social situation, of course, they're gonna roll a lot.
You say you bring Big Rock tribe, Big Rock to life, bring to movement.
Yes.
We will investigate. We will look into this.
Big
But
Rock
you
now
may
true
s-
god.
You may speak as Gabo, and we will look into True God. Anyone else speak as Gabo here? No? Then Gabo speak. What bring before clan?
Gob has
Bringer.
important information. Man. Gob did not initially intend on coming back, but Blue Scaly One here had vision that brought us here. Have you heard of new Gabo tribes north of Big Rock?
Yes, but no big old Gabo tribe, as he's cut off by one of the larger ones with the large gun. Big Gabo tribe been looked into, but we know as goblins, and we have looked into, know that Gabo tribe very persuasive, but most powerful will be good ally, yes? Kills.
Gub talked to them. Gub find out that New Gabo tribe is not actually Gabos, but kobolds.
Gabos, were you there for this? As he looks out with his, kind of like his eyes that are almost glossed over, like this whitened material has filled them, as he looks out to the rest of the group, quote unquote, who are now Gabos.
Yes, we were for that.
And what did you see?
I saw a group that would make strong allies, but in the future might cause a problem with their stated intentions.
Slippy.
No interest in ally. They very greedy, more greedy than Gabo. They want all.
More greedy than Gabo. Gub put balance in life. We kill nature, but we understand balance. We kill all nature. We not get food, as he's cut off by the one wearing the wolf pelt. But Gabo know that if you kill all nature, no have food. You say, New Gabo tribe, threat to balance? Yes?
Yes.
New Gabo tribe, who Gub will refer to as Kobold tribe. They dangerous. Well, they kobold. Gub say this.
Is he like the one in the
Oh, did say
like
this.
the wolf tribe like leans over? We thought hyperbole.
No,
Whispers over to another man. We understand is Gabo.
no. They wear masks like Gabo.
They lie,
Underneath,
pretend to be Gabo.
exactly. Underneath, they scaly like him, but short like Gabo. Kobold.
Kobold tribe not frequent island in many moons.
No, they crash here on slave ship. Now they seek to take over.
No way of Longshank, yes?
Yes.
Most alarming. Boombringers will bring us to council. What would Gub have do?
Gub believes that, from what Gub has seen, like Merlin say, right now they not threat, but soon they will be threat. Unfortunately, Gabo Isles, while we have become friendly, we have not unified. With coming of Big Rock, and with Boombringer, new technology, Gub believe it time for Gabo Isles to come together to stop new Kobold tribe from taking over.
Can this just be the campaign now? Leading the rebellion against the kobolds?
Not a rebellion.
How many number is Kobold?
I kind of look at my friends. A lot.
And grow fast, too.
Is
Yes,
that like 200
they-
or so, wasn't it?
In
From
hundreds.
what you saw.
And from what they tell Gub and friends, they will grow quickly.
Most alarming. Gobos defend territory fiercely. Boombringer tribe cannot extend out past reach of Boom Island.
Maybe now is time to unite Gobos. Or one band.
Unite Gobos.
This is what Gub
Slipscale.
think.
Slipscale, what do you think? As Longshank, your input needed, but not heeded. What do you say of other small Slipscale?
Slip scale?
They're looking at Solomon.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm just here for Gub. I prefer not to give my input.
Yes, but from what I understand is the eldest kind of once again with the no particularly adornment, just leather scaled. This seemingly the oldest of goblin goes. Long time ago, Slipscale come to island. Was fetted out quickly, but kept speaking of their god. What Longshank Slipscale know could be useful information in unification.
Unification with the kobolds.
Gobos.
Gobos.
Gub tell us, from what understand, if not correct, please correct, Gobos. But eradication, sooner rather than later, be most effective method, yes?
Correct.
So what Slipscale's wish?
I'm sorry. I think I'm misunderstanding you. What do I wish? Or what do
Gobbo side Slipscale's wish.
Gobbo side Slipscale wish?
Kobolds. So that's what the kobolds want.
The Gobbo-sized slip scales.
Okay, the Gobbo side Slipscales. These nicknames are tough for me. From what I can remember talking to them, they don't mind being allies with the tall Gobbos on their island.
Good,
right
that
now.
neutral land. Good Gobbos.
No.
They good Gobbos.
They don't mind at first, but their plan is to eventually, when they gain enough power and relationship with them and good standings, to take over. And then to move as far as they can, island to island. Possibly even coming
Tall
here.
Gobbos, good Gobbos.
Tall Gobbos are good Gobbos, but the Slipscale, the small Slipscales, want to hurt the tall Gobbos.
They don't like them because tall slip scales, or no, Longshanks.
Sootfinder, leave. As the old goblin kind of stands up and kind of begins wandering to the back. As
Is this the elder that we were talking to?
yeah, there's four of them. There are four like head goblins. As this oldened one who is just very normal. Sootfinder, leave. As he stands up, very almost angered at the idea of hurting tall good gobbos.
As Slipscale mentioned, small Slipscales unite under a belief. Beliefs good for bringing together.
It true. Kobolds all working together, which is why Gobbos need together.
As the one with the large gun kind of puts it on the table. What chances of get small Slipscale work together with Gobbo? Understand limitations and natural order. not expend beyond reach, beyond resource.
That was something
It's-
we did try to impress on them, but they didn't seem too keen. In the short term, they were fine with that, but they did say that they would expand.
What means short term?
They say that while numbers small, they not attack because they can't, but they will grow and they will take over.
God recommend attack and eradication firstly? Gobos? Or
Gub don't,
or keep watchful eye and work in backseat?
Gub don't think that right now, Boombringers alone can defeat kobolds.
Gob as the once again as the one who has the large cannon talk. Boombringer bring death to any creature come against good Longshank.
Boombringer strong, but Boombringer not many.
Boombringer gun bring down 10 times number of Gobbo enemies. What different this time?
There would be 100 times.
Widen barrel.
When we actually went into their encampment, they did have some interesting things on the gates mechanically to keep it open and closed. They may have some technology you might want to liberate from them before you obliterate them
Oh.
completely.
Slipscale bring Longshank ideals.
No,
Boombringer Boombringer many moon ago bring about Longshank ideals. Become Boombringers.
Big boom.
It true. Thank you for saying this, Voss Hawk.
Tell it to Titan, man.
Gub has, and Gub pulls out his notebook. Gub wrote down notes on new gate mechanics. Perhaps Boombringers can implement. And I'll bring my journal up to the elders.
As the eldest with the largest boom
Yeah.
reaches out his hand and kind of looks and goes, Big Boom, leave to work on new development. Thank you, as he turns. As the first elder, seeming of most of you able to instantly inclinate that this seems to be some kind of sorcerer. Not the wolf-cloaked one, but the other one kind of looks and just goes, Gobos bring new ideas. Should we wait and keep ideas on numbers, or should we attack first?
Gub think wait. If best, send best diplomats. Perhaps allies not impossible.
Gub, always think of best way to ally. Look at Tasty Tribe and Big Head Tribe, ruined from Earth. Other Gobos, what say you?
I am more inclined to agree with Gub. From a tactical standpoint, it would be best to know more about your enemies.
Slipper. Slippy, what say you?
Best not to go in blind. Learning is good.
And Gobos agree. I shall arrange diplomats. Ones to look into their numbers and get information. Thank you. As he stands up and kind of walks off, as there's only the wolf cloaked. As each of them, Gub, you knowing when the goblins each leave to their individual tasks, that is what they have set upon. You have one elder left to arrange your future and your decision with, who has not taken aside to any particular task, is wolf cloaked, wearing a large head with these full albino cloak, killing as far as your tribe is concerned, a very, I won't say holy beast, but a very powerful beast. wearing the cloak of that upon himself, as he looks and goes, "What best course of action for Wolf?"
Do I know what this guy is an elder for, if there is a specific reason?
Specifically, it's for killing this warg.
Hmm.
An albino warg that typically albino creatures, for most of you across the board, would have knowledge that they're typically less hidden. And so either they are killed quickly or they have to be stronger than the rest of their race. Especially on a black sooted covered island.
Well,
He's killed that. That's a show of power if I've ever heard one.
Precisely.
Diplomatic duty.
yeah.
So how he got up there is killing the elder that was before him, killing this creature, paying somebody to kill the creature, then killing that guy so he doesn't talk. Like, there's a lot of ways, but
The elder
effectively
was
he's
the
wearing
creature.
effectively he's wearing a white warg, an albino warg's fur, with the skull draped on top of his head.
He actually just killed a regular warg, but then he found some bleach and he just
Sure.
bleached it.
However you want to interpret that.
No.
Nobody knows for sure.
Only thing left is bringing together Gabo tribes. You well known amongst Gabos for killing warg. If we can get someone who powerful, strong, show good leadership, then we can get the other tribes on board. I'm almost certain that if we went to Big Rock Tribe that they would join us. And having Big Rock themselves, I believe that would help our cause.
Me hear stories of Big Rock recently, in the last day or so. Should
Was
me
from me?
dismiss? As he looks, he goes, "No, me believe from Gub. While Big Rock Tribe seem to have been growing in faith, me hear other stories of what to do with Big Rock Tribe. Should me look to ignore?"
Ignore. Gub was making joke.
Wargdorn look at uniting Gabo Tribe, but Gabo Tribe's impatient and wish to fight. If me not have reason for them fight, me not promise unification. If we wait for diplomats, me not know what numbers could be. Gabos become, especially with eradication of Big Head and Tasty Tribe, me not know what result could be.
Boombringer Tribe has grown strong. We have new technology. Gub easily believed that Boombringer Tribe could best any other Gabo tribe. Perhaps it is time that we start sharing some of this technology. With
His eyes
promise
widen at this as you continue.
with promise of more powerful weapons, other Gabo tribe more inclined to join our cause. Like Gub say, don't think of this as many tribe working together. Think of this as Boombringer Tribe getting bigger.
As he pulls out a small, what seems to be a almost to you minuscule size of gun that you have, as he puts it on the table and goes, "We share inventions with others to bring them to our cause."
Yes, more Boombringers, more inventors.
As he sets another on the table and goes, me kill warg through inventions. We share with other tribes, surely others rise to power. What me do?" As he holds up his hand to Gub and goes, "What me do ensure own position? Elder, other Gabos, non-Boombringers, speak. Advise. You welcome in courts." Abo, speak freely.
Really.
Do not hesitate. You Gabo now.
Do you care for your tribe or your pride more?
Longshake speak to Habo, or to Gabo. You must have good reason. Speak, as he holds up his hand as the 6 guards point their guns at you.
Jesus.
What did he say before that?
We're not
Gabo's-
accepted as Gabo.
You are not accepted as Gabo because you've been phasing in and out of reality.
Damn. Sucks to suck.
Oh,
You didn't offer anything as deliverance to the tribe to be accepted into it.
Hmm.
I didn't offer anything. I offered the red fruit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're good to go. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
John-
I
Yeah,
apologize.
I was
The
saying,
only
what the
one
fuck,
here,
Alex?
the only one here is not Solomon. I apologize.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You're fine to go. You're good to go. As he goes, oh me, thank you, slip scale. Go ahead, Gabo. So they put their guns away and hold them back to their sides. I apologize.
We just had like
Do
6
you care
flamethrowers
more
aimed at us.
about tribe or your pride or position?
Gabo life short. Position most important.
Me give you away to preserve position and unified tribe.
Go ahead, Gabo. Slip.
You 4 eldest of Boombringer tribe,
Yes.
but they eldest of their faction of Boombringer tribe, and they eldest on their island. You 4 eldest of tribe.
Me think me understand. Me youngest of 4.
Not to mention, you would be known as Gabo who unified tribes into one Boombringer tribe. Grant great respect.
What 4 tribes be best tribes to bring first to replace other elders?
Big Rock tribe. They bring the religion.
Fatty tribe, they
Religion
bring
is-
power.
Religion is a powerful
Make
tool
good
to
workers.
control people.
Fatty tribe. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No.
DT.
Religion is a powerful tool to control people. Having Big Rock on your side would be rather strong.
From what me understand, Big Rock able to cast spells beyond what Boombringer capable of. A lot of power be sought there. Boombringer, Seeker be sought. You say Fatty tribe as well?
Yes.
Strong warriors, able to take 2, not 3 shots.
Not only that, they could be used to gather material, since Big Rock tribe no longer miners.
What other tribe? Pick one.
What was slip off of?
Slip off was from the Togabos.
Yeah,
But he was like
Yeah.
originally from another tribe.
He was
He was.
from Littlefoot.
Yes.
They seem slippery. Good at finding things.
you've got religion, you've got soldiers, and then you've got scouts if you go slipfoot.
They are.
It's true. If you want to speak up, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say. Don't hold back. So if you want to
Also
say that
thinking
officially,
at 5.
Zane, go.
I was discussing it among the group.
Okay. As he, like I said, once again, he's just kind of stroking as he's kind of pulling the hide over top of himself as he's kind of just petting it, just kind of thinking, kind of rubbing his arms where the paws kind of lay over top of his arms. Just kind of thinking of what you're saying, really considering of what are the 4 most important tribes. Boombringers, obviously. So what are the 3 other most important tribes
What is
to bring into the fold?
What is the Licky Licky tribe name?
They eat tasty tribe.
Would it be considering the long shanks with swords have an invested interest in this and the peace in the island? Would they be interested in putting down a kobold threat from taking over and upsetting that balance?
Longshanks with sword keep Gobbo off of island. We know get close enough to talk with idea.
So it was a good.
Only good gobos get close enough to speak with.
Fair enough. I was mistaken on that.
Longshank
might-
goes toward we have understanding. Gobos stay off island, they stay off ours.
Yeah, and you don't want to get them a foothold in here. Fair enough.
That correct?
Yeah.
Gobbo.
Gub will look at the group and kind of like
Go for it.
Gub in between Littlefoot and Big Head Tribe.
Let's get that crazy little dude that we were talking to who's got the menagerie of monsters. We can just use him to flood the place with them. Chimeras and all sorts of shit. Just attack! Fly, my pretties! Go!
He not Gobbo though. Also, Gub not meet him.
Yeah. We don't know about him. This one is up to you. We don't know these islands quite as well as you do.
Gub owe favor to slip off. Gub think that other tribes should be Littlefoot.
Why Littlefoot? Weak and few in numbers.
They sneakiest of Gobos.
They do sneak best.
Make good scouts.
Gives you the information you need about the numbers of the bad Gobbo tribe.
Diplomat take care of that. But sneak we teach use gun. Sneakiest of Gobbo also best at shooting gun, typically.
Gub also make attachment if tribe not already figured out how to make. And I pull out the silencer.
As he holds out his hand, are you going to gift it to them? You don't get it back if you do that. Because they're going to replicate it.
Would I just have to
You have to remake it.
spend money to... Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
What this do?
Make gun quiet.
But we called Boom Tribe.
Boombringer.
We call boom bringers. They don't need bring boom. They be secret division of boom bringers called
Little Boom Bringer Tribe. Little Boom.
Little boom.
I was thinking more
Work
along the lines of-
work and consider proposition. 3 tribes make good sense. Me deliberate. Me thank Gobos for time. And thank you for telling us of small slipscale tribe.
Can't wait to come back here in a year.
Of course.
Yeah, everything's just dead. Laid waste.
Gub will be
Anything else as he
Mm.
pets it should know. Anything else should know.
Oh. Gub pulls out the map. And
Yeah.
he brings it up to them. This, and I show them the line that we marked was the edge of the kobolds' territory. This is their claimed land. Gub say that this land theirs for now, but still want sneak missions going in.
Me allow other elders to do jobs. Me go and meet Smallfoot tribe first. See if small boombringers can come and quell advance. Thank you,
Okay.
Gobos. Me thank for time. As he
Thank
kind
you.
of holds up and he puts a piece of food that like is wrapped in some kind of parchment on the table as he goes, "Thank you, Gobos. May begin work." As he turns around and kind of wanders off into the back.
He leave food for us.
He left something wrapped in almost a parchment.
I'll pick it up.
It explodes.
Yeah.
Fireball, everyone.
It was the
Um,
Wonder Twins. They found out and they wanted to get back at
It's-
us.
It is sealed. Like it seems to have some kind of like almost clay-like stamp that has been done to keep it fresh, quote unquote, or sealed, quote unquote. Like there's some kind of Like, it is clearly a gift for you,
Mhm.
but this seal has some form of intention. Whereas you're not necessarily familiar with it. It could be an item, it could be food, it could be something that could spoil. Like, you're not entirely positive.
Okay. Gumble, just put it away for now.
Okay,
Do we mind if we take a short break right here?
go for it.
Awesome.
As the 6 Boombringers kind of put their guns up and they kind of begin moving towards the back of the hall where the other 4 elders left, as you 5 are kind of left there. As we'll take a short break.
Burn the place down.
When
Oh,
are we
wait.
playing to?
What's that?
When are we playing to again?
Whenever you guys want to stop. We're going to go 3. So
John-
for another
John
hour.
wants-
Another hour?
so.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to confirm now. Or
Yep.
Okay. Be right back.
For the sake of yourself. 1. Okay. You guys are back on. Is there anything you guys, like I said, want to do before you guys head out? Like I said, it's only like, let's say like maybe 5, 6 p.m.
That was good.
Rob, is it alright if we sleep at your house?
Of course.
Perfect.
I will
If you
prepare the
guys want
beds
to
for
take
you.
a long rest here, that's
That's what?
that's completely fine. There won't be any
Alright.
issue with that.
Perfect. I'll prepare the beds for them, which is the hard floor, and
Yep.
some blankets.
There's bedrolls.
And Gub jumps in his nice hammock
Yep.
and falls asleep immediately.
Of course. Yeah. Like I said, it's not the best. Those of you who have bedrolls, which is probably most of you, sleep pretty comfortably. Those of you who don't, sleep uncomfortably, but not enough to where it's a full night's rest of where at the beginning you may have been paranoid. As everybody else slowly kind of comes to a level of calmness, it kind of sets in of like, whew. Some of you may still be paranoid enough to cast alarm on the door.
I do.
But
I imagine
but
like
across from that,
I get up in the morning, cast alarm on my spell book. When I go to bed at night, I cast alarm around where I'm sleeping.
sure. And then what were you gonna say, Zane? I saw your finger do something.
Is there any large rocks,
Hmm.
okay-sized rocks in the area?
You could find one.
Okay. Just know that in the morning, I will be using that as like a prayer center.
Okay. Yep.
Big rock.
Absolutely.
Before calisthenics.
Just roll me a charisma check. D20 plus charisma.
Come on, baby. Yeah! It's a good one.
Show me
That's
pet.
like-
You attract 3 other followers who are also worshiping at this rock.
I'm so proud of you, Zane.
I'm so proud of you, Big Rock.
And then I continue with the workout.
Yep. As you begin then lifting the rock.
Big
Doing
rock gives you
squats with
power.
the rock, doing like deadlifts with the rock, all that kind of stuff.
What are they
That's
called?
now
That-
become added to my morning routine. If I
Like-
can't find a big rock, I use my medallion or my artifact of big rock.
Of course.
Use Alar.
Just kind of as a prayer. But otherwise, you will literally praise the earth itself for giving you big rock. And if not, you will use your rock that you were given.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, absolutely. As you pray towards it, as morning comes, and once again, like I said, it's relaxing. You all
DT was
wake
going to say
up.
something.
No issue. Go ahead, DT.
Yeah.
Anything in particular? this morning?
No, it's just being a smartass. It's like I was thinking, are they called Atlas stones or something? The big round balls or stone balls that you use for weightlessness. No, I didn't have anything. I was just being a smartass.
Okay.
And not cool, GT.
I know.
As like I said, you pass the morning as everybody wakes up and
Oh my god, that freeze frame.
is feeling good and fine and all that. As if you guys want to explore other isles, let me know.
Yeah, John.
All right, that's Big Boom Isle.
So, which
Good job.
where
we
were
level?
going next?
You're going to go to Thing Island.
Yeah. Well, let's get going.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. I gotta know what the thing is.
Okay.
I'll drive past it and maybe we'll see it. Maybe it'll just be a goblin waving at us.
Yeah, it's not that big of an island. We can see it from the beach, right? Just cruise by.
Vossock is like a recently divorced father who's just like annoyed because now he has to take his kids to do like
Yeah.
things that he doesn't enjoy at all. He's
Yeah,
like,
I don't
oh,
want to go to Disneyland. I just
sounds
want
fun.
to fucking sleep.
Yeah.
To be fair,
If
I'll
your
fucking
mom
sleep.
used to do this,
I
God.
know. Why do I have to do it on this
I used to
weekend?
just be a bad father.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe that's why she left.
life was good when I was a bad father.
Yeah, I know.
Now I got kids making me try and be a good father. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I've got shit I need to do. Oh, here we go, he's back.
Yeah, you guys want to go to Thing Isle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
You
back.
guys head
Where I
to
wanted to go.
Thing Isles. So, as you guys roll me a strength check, John, you roll me your profession, land or sea vehicles.
Land sea vehicle.
Dude,
That's pretty good.
killing it.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows
you are.
parts of the boats.
It's a boat with wheels.
Ox, at this point, am I getting?
I'm sorry, I can't see what you roll. What'd you
I
roll?
roll the. Wait, did I get
17.
advantage or no?
No.
17.
I had 17.
Okay. What were you gonna say though?
I said, am I getting good enough at this to where I can delegate enough to where I don't get exhausted at the end?
Yes, at this point, absolutely. I would say yes.
I delegate.
After a few days with this small vessel.
I ignore anyone's delegations.
Yeah, and you absolutely can. You're able to navigate to the Thing Isles and kind of drift around it. Some one person, me either an perception.
Hey Gub, I'm gonna delegate you to ignore my delegations. So, beat that.
Okay.
So you're not ignoring my delegations because you're ignoring my delegations. I won.
Who's keeping an eye out on this fucking island?
Yeah, who is
He actually is exhausted.
who's the one person who wants to roll perception for this isle?
Perception. 6.
Oh,
God,
okay.
why did you roll it?
So is DT.
It's a very normal isle with some large trees that float around it. There seem to be a number of coves too that would work really well for harbors. Any particular one of them would work really well for port to kind of anchor in and really close to shore and just kind of allow you guys to kind of hop, skip, and jump onto the shoreline itself, onto Thing Isle.
Well, yep.
Sounds like a trap.
Nothing here.
We
Let's
should
keep
get
on
this
going.
one.
It's boring.
He's definitely missed it. Let's go to that one. That part. Point to it.
You point to like the middle of the isle, or what are you
Just
pointing?
like pointing at it. Go.
Are you
Like
pointing
not on the map. Like he's pointing at the island.
Thing
Like
Isle?
the-
You're
one of
pointing
the
into
coves.
Thing Isle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the coves is like just go there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like me getting a 6 is perfectly on par for Vozhawk at the moment. It's like just like that's totally nope. Yep, nah, didn't see anything.
As you, as you set sail and able to make port, as Merlin is well capable of knowing the middle of the isle, which is the opposite end of what you were currently at. So he's like, that way, pointing into, yep, he's missed it. We're going into it.
Almost. Well then,
Go ahead.
I just like my stand is like, oh well then, let's get going. I'm gonna kill one of these fuckers by the end of this game,
Yeah.
or vice
I
versa.
find this a lot more interesting than anything else we could potentially doing.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, Goblin Island.
Could be going and unlocking the massive, powerful relic and filling the world with knowledge and destroying it. But
Well,
where
if that's what we were doing, this is totally better than that, so...
Absolutely. That sounds awful.
Wait, you mean
Yeah.
we're not doing that right now, DT? Isn't that why we're here?
To not do that.
yeah,
No. aren't
Wait,
we-
you actually believe that Solomon has visions?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to come here. My visions were just to get here. This is...
As soon as I saw Big Rock, I knew that it was my calling to be here.
I was gonna say, didn't we already awaken a god with the rock? That
Yeah,
was
I think we already passed Dennis'
Good
goal.
job, guys.
accomplished, right?
yeah. Looking at Ox, we're about to get big rock falls. Everybody dies.
I'm almost there that Merlin maybe doesn't leave the islands. Maybe he just
Stays with Big Rock.
starts actually becoming a preacher of Big Rock.
New rules,
Studies.
eh? You've got to bring in a new
See,
character
but you have to
every level.
spread big rocks word outside of the isles.
But first, he has to make sure it's established within the islands.
That's fair.
Doesn't
Alright.
die out.
If you do that, can you promise me one thing?
What?
Instead of pupils, can you call your followers pebbles?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I have to ask.
Instead of a jihad, you're an avalanche.
Shut up. So, you guys make port. Who are you gonna have watch the boat?
I'm watching the boat. I don't give a fuck about Thing Island.
Not
not
do I.
leaving?
No, I'm. I mean, if Vazok's gonna stay, I'm gonna go out because we only need one.
Well,
Who
you
wants
once
to
again, you
fucking
have the
stay
blue
with
Cobalt,
Vazok?
you have Slip Off, and you 5.
And the cat.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like. I'd rather have. Vazok, are you staying?
I'm sure that you'll need me. Slip off and blue snout there, a blue scale, sorry, could no doubt look after the boat.
Blue scale.
Yes,
Come here. I got a very important job. You two slip
of
off.
course.
Slip off.
Yes. Yep.
Slip off has seniority, obviously. So
What? I'm sorry. He's an idiot.
Yes, but he has seniority.
I do
Apparently,
have a
he's
seniority.
strong.
Yes, I slipped off mountain once. Yes,
Yes. Yes.
it's alright.
Slip off. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and I'm
Yep.
pretty sure he could just kill you. So be nice to him, obviously. But
He looks
take
very
care-
alarmed at this.
take care of the boat. Don't
You're in
break-
charge. He might try and kill you though if you're too mean. Don't die.
The point is, you know how the humans treated the goblins
Yeah.
as slaves? Don't treat him like the humans treated the goblins, and you'll be fine.
You guard boat. Blue Scare goes. I was on the guarding boat.
Good job.
It is done.
Thank you. We'll be very quick. Don't worry. Yes. Yes. No, up a little bit. Up a little bit. No. Still on your head, but not over your eyes. No. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. No. Still. There you go. There you go. Yes. Yes.
That's our salute now.
I give Slip Off a head rub
On top of his own hand.
on top of his own hand. There you go.
Wait, no. How do you angle the hand?
I've been angling it up.
Slightly,
Like,
so it should be angled up in the opposite direction. It's like this.
Okay.
Roxy.
Now, is it the left or right hand?
It's the right hand.
Right
Okay,
hand.
so
obviously. Come on, Zay, with the program.
okay.
I obviously abstain from that salute.
I'm so proud of how Slip Off is coming.
This is how we can tell each other,
It's
and
it's
Would you
starting
describe
weird.
Would you describe Slip Off as your new Pebble?
Yes, absolutely. He's my young gobble pebble. My gobble.
so in the case of shape changers, this is how we tell each other apart.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes.
I'm okay with the. Gub likes this
Salute.
idea. This is good salute. Gub is happy that we've made it.
We're gonna forget about this. In like 3 months. And then,
There is a
and then
shape
one
change.
person's gonna
And
remember,
someone's gonna go like this, and everyone else is gonna. What the fuck are you doing?
and then we're gonna remember, and then we're all gonna laugh. It's gonna be great. Can't wait. I can't wait for 3 months from now when we remember.
It's gonna have such a good payoff.
Yeah.
I like to imagine that it really takes a much longer time.
Yeah, like 6 months.
No, like a year or two, and then it happens, and then we're
And
like,
say that we're gonna forget it, and none of us will forget it.
I want it to happen where like one person's character is like on his way out or on his way to retire, and he ends the last thing he does at the party is going like. Oh man! All right.
I can't wait. I'm so excited for that moment now.
So, Thing Island.
Yeah.
Thing Island.
Somebody roll me a survival check.
Gub will do this.
Okay.
Because he gets advantage.
Not on Thing Island.
Man.
Not on Thing Island?
Oh, go
Nah,
fuck yourself!
Thing
Go
Island.
fuck yourself!
Oh!
You said.
Oh! Oh! I got it!
You
Okay.
said it.
He's inspired by the rock.
You're
He's
lying.
inspired by the rock.
Yeah.
As he leads you deeper and deeper into this forest.
Into this
how
thing.
Big,
I
how
am
big
looking-
is this island, Nox?
It's not super big.
I am keeping
He
an
leads
eye
us
out
to the other beach.
for fucking
No.
oozers trying to hit the back of my neck again.
Okay, fair enough.
Is this a jungly island or is this like?
Yeah, it's a jungly island.
Is it jungly like Fishman and Shitty Tree Island or?
Jurassic Park,
No,
Dinosaur Island.
it's not that bad. It's all the flora is significantly larger than anything else you've seen.
Bigger
God.
trees?
Yes,
So less shitty trees.
yes, less shitty trees.
Are these
no
fruit-bearing trees?
Okay.
There are no shitty trees. You'd have to climb up to the top of them. They're berry trees.
For example,
shake one
is
really
this a tree that a T-Rex could knock over, but not a boar?
I refuse. I abstain.
What if I shake a tree really hard?
Roll me a strength check.
Got you.
Shake, 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 Malena.
Shake the battle line. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake it already
Okay.
time.
So as you shake it, about 3 leaves, each about 1.5 feet in total length, fall down. These large, humongous leaves, as a single seed, about a palm's worth, just boom, hits into the ground like a gigantic, solid pine cone in itself. Just boom, hits into the ground.
Okay, I believe you. Shake,
Great.
shake.
I think there's something wrong with Merlin.
So
Probably
it's
better
like
to
a
him.
coconut? Like a coconut.
As far as you're concerned, yeah, it's coconut.
Fucking walnut, but on these trees, it's the size of a coconut.
Yeah, it's basically just a fucking huge walnut. It's just a palm-sized walnut.
I am taking note of this fucking island now. It's like, Jesus, that is going to be some good trade if we can get this produce onto the mainland. One walnut that big? Fuck. Those things go for $10.95
Do
pounds.
I have a crowbar? I feel like I do, but I'm not positive.
A pest crowbar,
Ah. What do I use?
of course.
I attempt to pry open the walnut. The nut.
Using that same strength check, just kind of pop it open. There seems to be meat inside of it, or edible material inside of it.
Come! Feast on my nuts!
One nut, singular.
Feast on my nut.
Oh, that's even
I
worse.
didn't know you were the uni baller.
I was thinking something else.
Is it tasty? Is it tasty, Ox?
Come taste it. Little salty.
We taste the
No.
white, the white flesh of his nut.
It's actually incredibly nutritious, very bitter though. Like, it's one of those things that you eat and you're like, this is probably super good for me, but meh. Like, it's one of those kinds of things. You taste it and you're like, this is probably like all of a day's worth of food in one. If only it didn't taste so gross.
Prestidigitation to flavor it.
Does it taste like pizza now?
I'm gonna gather some of it up and I'll think of ways to cook it.
That one nut. Okay, great.
Well, it seemed like there's a lot.
Yeah, there is.
Nuts.
It's a significant
We
amount.
didn't eat all of it.
Yeah, and most of them seem to be made of this individual tree. As you continue on through the woods, eventually you reach a small river. As you follow that upstream, eventually you reach a small house. A small wooden, like, logged house with, like, a thatch roof.
Fireball.
It seems to have smoke going off the top of the chimney.
You too low.
I know. Is this, just so we know, is this a goblin-sized house or humanoid?
Medium-sized house.
Medium-sized.
It's probably about total height of the roof at its peak is probably about 15 feet tall.
Yeah.
At the lowest point, like where the actual wall meets that thatch roof, is probably somewhere around 10 feet
Yeah.
tall or so.
So it's not like a storm giant tending this fucking
No.
island, and yeah, okay. So, Gub, have you ever heard of anything about this island?
No.
On a scale of 1 to Night Hag, how scary does this house look?
Where does Night Hag reach on the number scale?
Pretty
The
high.
maximum.
11.
3.
That's still pretty scary.
Okay. It's kind of creepy, but not quite like we can't.
It's
go
more of
there.
like it's a creepy in the sense that it's in the middle of the woods.
Okay. But it's not like that's definitely a fucking Night Hag.
It's not like there's a woman out there like sucking the dreams out of a mortal child. Yes, like that's not happening. It's just
Considering
it's just
Considering this group, we would make friends with that person, more opposed to the sweet little old granny baking pies.
that's probably fair. Kill the lady making pies and turn her into a pie.
Well then, who wants to go knock on the door? I'm assuming we're wanting to talk to whoever it is in here.
Merlin, this is your chance to spread word of Big Rock.
I go and knock on the door.
Come in.
Hello, have you heard the word of our Lord and Savior, Big Rock?
One moment.
I think it should get so older. Big Rock.
As hello. What do you say?
I come bringing word of the Lord and Savior, Big Rock.
You mean the large rock that moves?
Oh, he does more than move.
Interesting. Come and tell me what he does.
Does everybody else come in?
I imagine that we're all like 30 feet back watching from the bushes.
Yeah,
Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I step inside.
By yourself?
oh, I was more like, I was waiting for like the okay. Fair enough.
Oh. I start regaling to her tales of Big Rock and the miracles that he has performed.
To be fair,
You crushed the previous leader of Big Rock, yes?
Indeed.
So
Very
murder.
powerful.
So murder.
Deposing.
Proposing a tyrannical ruler.
Indeed.
Interesting. And what other miracles has he performed?
I regale the spell casting that he managed to. The healing magics.
As you step inside, it's a very meager hut with a small bed, and really just a fireplace, a bed and a fireplace, and a small cooking stove nearby it with a small like kiln, an iron pot that is to cook like soups or any kinds of meats or otherwise. Near this nearby spring, you see a couple other pots and pans that seem to be a little bit dirtied, off in the kind of the other corner of the room. As
Well, it's definitely a hag.
she
This is the old woman saying,
yes, go ahead.
Oh my god, I need to run!
Yes. What other miracles has he proposed and done?
Well, I tell him about the. You say that after about the healing magic?
No, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
About
I regale about the healing magics he's able to perform.
interesting. May I religion check?
I'm not like. I mean, I'll do it, but. He did do healing magics on me.
I know. Well, not on you specifically.
Oh no, he
no,
did.
he did on him specifically.
He laid his hand on me and did healing magic.
He did cure. He has cure wounds on.
I thought he just did it on the kobold that was dying of a heart attack.
No.
And then he gave you a rock. Oh, that's fair. Even still, 13. That's fair. As she goes, interesting. I should look into this. And she kind of reaches into a small chest and, well, child, slip, or what is your name?
Merlin. Merlin Merxor.
Merlin Maxar. Would you like me to read your tales of the future? Or perhaps tales past? Or maybe
Sure.
insight on the present?
These are all good things.
I can do this for you. You have told me tales of something I did not know. I will do this for you for free. She reaches into a small trunk that she has and pulls out a deck of cards.
It's definitely a hag.
Okay, no fear in Zane's eyes.
That's many
It's
things.
been some months since a small goblin entered into my lands and asked me the same thing told me a story, and I answered him.
I think I met this goblin.
Interesting. Yes, he wanted to record the place.
Name this island Thing Island.
So name 1 through 6. What would you like? The cards have decided. How
3.
3. Interesting. Oh no, my child. Are you of one of particular vigor?
What do you mean by that?
One of constitution. Are you often ill or ill performing due to your own physical body?
The constraints that I live in my body too. Mean I do not have as much stamina as I wish I had.
This makes sense to me, as the card that is your future is the sickness. An evil card in itself. It does not wish to perform anything other than its own duties. Unfortunately, I would, if I was you, begin warding yourselves against such forms of natural means as it could dispose of you. They may mean dire distress for you, as one of your form may find training in these kinds of circumstances very difficult. But it's good that you have come to me, as I can warn you of these foreseen futures, as in your case, this is not the future, but the current present. This does not necessarily just mean for you. This could be for your friends or otherwise. To ward against these kinds of dangers that may come upon you in the nearby future would be good. And to have these sorts of preparations is by no means a bad thing. It's good you came to me, told me the stories of Big Rock so that I may share with you what may happen in the near future.
I think he is dead inside there. I think we should leave.
I think Gub will save him. And
I'm
Gub
gonna
kind of
wait out
like
here for him.
grabs his gun and starts to approach the door.
Well, thank you. Is there anything else interesting on the island?
There's a few other things, a few beasts and otherwise, but I tend to these isles and have kept most beasts of that sort away. Now, for your particular predicament, it may be worth your time spending a few hours to gather the herbs if you have knowledge of such things to ward yourselves against this time frame.
Medicine is not my strong suit, no.
If you have any friends or otherwise who wait outside, perhaps.
I'll go see. I open the door.
Great. Scub is
Scub
like in
Gub
the
just
middle
has the
of
barrel like pointed.
it.
Oh,
Bob, are you good at medicine?
I make some people not hurt anymore.
Not that kind of. Yeah. Well,
I think Alaric was. He kept big fat stupid man alive pretty long.
True.
It is
He
very
was-
true.
He
Is
wasn't
Alaric
there for
back? Did Alaric poof into existence?
He's here currently.
Yes, I am.
Logan?
Ah.
What was in the house?
Lady told me that I'm fated to get some kind of disease. That I need to prepare herbs.
Gub backs up a little bit. Oh.
Alaric,
Yes.
do this kind of stuff?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, one of my buddies is good with this kind of stuff. What does he need to do?
Well, as she told you, look in this aisle as there are herbs and otherwise that would particularly help fend against that.
Okay. I
Roll for herbs.
Yeah.
It's a medicine check.
Can I give him advantage by aiding him?
Are you trained in medicine?
I am, yeah.
Go for it.
You see what my medicine?
You say herbs, we say herbs because it has a fucking
Shut up.
H in it.
It's herb. Sorry, shut up.
Huh.
Macros, there's no fucking...
Yeah, learn the English language, stupid. Ugh.
Me fail English.
Don't you speak
that's a-
American?
Looking around you two, there's some. It's pretty impressive. Kind of looking around, like everything, like while the herbs themselves are scarce, every individual you find is so large in comparison that it's. While the resource is spending a few hours kind of searching around, you find a few that are worthwhile. Each individual one that you find is almost 10 times what the typical size would be of something similar. Zane,
Mhm.
and for your own information, you have about 15 uses of something to prevent disease,
Okay.
which would give you advantage on the saves against it.
15 days to live. I thought that's what he was gonna say.
As far as
that
expecting
mosquito that bit you in the jungle 3 years ago, yeah, it's finally come to fruition.
It's
The
interesting.
HIV is finally caught up with you.
Yeah.
So, Zane, just to let you know, against disease in particular, you do have disadvantage until either you get your fortune reread or until something happens that would cause that come.
Disadvantage on all rolls?
No, disadvantage against disease.
Okay.
Constitution checks against specifically disease.
Okay.
So
Not
medicine-
poisons, specifically disease. And this potion, if you take it, or this herbal medicine, would give you advantage for basically a day until, the next long rest.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use one.
You have about 15 uses of it. Just for your information.
Okay. So I'll have 14 left?
Yep, keep track of that yourself,
Yeah, I did.
which would equal it out.
Alright.
All that oil you were putting on your skin cooked your skin. You have skin cancer now.
I don't use it that often.
Yeah, well, when you do use it, you're outside a lot. It's fucked up.
Are there any particular beasts your lady friend needs dispatched or what?
She's...
And once again, fortune telling as a whole, Merlin, for you it's pretty superstitious, but at the same time there's a certain truth to it. It's almost like it's a different type of magic.
Yeah.
Effectively. It does have very real, not consequences, it's more of like an awareness piece. than anything, and it can give insight to the future, past, or present.
I mean, we're currently in a world of magic. I'm not gonna be like,
know.
fortune teller's not real.
I know, but I'm just giving you that information. Like a fortune teller who is willingly able and capable of giving this information is rare, but can be an incredible boon. It's almost never a detriment. It's more of just letting you know of a potential shortcoming. In some cultures, they'd be considered sacred. Some cultures, they'd be persecuted. But for somebody who's well-traveled, it would typically be a good thing. Because it's either making you aware or letting you know, hey, you have good things coming. It's a rare opportunity.
Merlin, how did she know you had a disease? Or will be having a disease?
She read my fortune.
I'm just
How
looking.
does she do that?
With her powers. Cards.
Oh. Does she know Gub's fortune? Who
Tell her
told
something.
this? Who
Tell
gave
her
her this
so-
information?
Alright, I'm walking away.
Tell her something. Fuck it. So he just wanders off.
I barge into the house. You.
Yes.
Oh my god, Gub.
How do you know about Gub?
Got Boombringer. Studied with a man to learn himself the ways of sulfur and iron. What would you like to know?
And Gub like immediately like loses his hostile demeanor, like it'd be like, oh, someone wants to know what I want to know. Gub
can't-
want to know.
I cannot give unerring answers, but I can read into the fates themselves and tell you what is in store.
Oh.
If you wish to know, it can either be gobos avoid this island most of the time, but it is not a curse or a blessing. It is simply an awareness of information you may not have had.
Gub is usually pretty smart, but Gub will trust you.
Tell me when to stop. And what would you wish to know? The past, present, or future?
Gub already know all about Gub. What Gub future?
Tell me a number, 1 to 4.
7.
1, because Gub is number 1.
The trumpet. The codes that your people bring to this island are a good thing.
Oh.
Something you have set into course will bring about the exhibition that you have wanted or that you have intended. However, others might oppose it. Be aware, but do not falter in your task, for your livelihood depends on it. For the others whom have interpreted your will in a different aspect will fail. The good news is something that you have intended as coming across has been interpreted exactly as intended. And while the others may die, retreat, or falter from their aspects, the others will be rallied to his instruction and cause.
This is good. Thank you. And Gub will start digging through his pouch. Gub, no, it's not much. But, and Gub will pull out the rabbit's foot.
Okay.
Gub believes that this may have helped Gub with his recent problems. Help Gub be luckier. We'll leave with you now.
Did you like set it on a table and just walk out?
Well, no. I also want to say, what's your name?
Can I be frank with you, Gub? Gobos typically spread the information they are given. I would prefer it not other Gobos come to island, as it is very dangerous. And if you have not faced it, consider yourselves lucky. And I would not have 80 goblins ask me to read their fortune.
Please call her Frank.
Okay, Frank.
Yes.
Gub will keep you secret.
But anytime you or your friends are upon my island, please come. I can read you new tales of what the fates themselves weave.
Can you not only tell fortunes, but can you not only tell fortunes, but about the person in front of you, but about others? I've been looking.
Did you come in?
Yeah.
Right. Apparently, at some point, just kind of listening, you had wandered in, just kind of listen. I can. What about others? Do you mean?
I'm looking for someone. Or some
So
people.
you wish to know something of your past?
Yes.
This is something fate has already weaved into motion, and whether the reconnection will be possible. Now, fate can be a cruel mistress, and reading into one's past can be very profitable, but it is one of the most dangerous sorts of magic to nigh only to one's future. In Gub's case, it worked out and it made sense. Sometimes it can tell how one will die, and once the fates have read it, there is nothing that can change it. Same with the past. Knowing a loved one has betrayed you, knowing a close friend or otherwise, can cause great turmoil. If you wish me to read into this, I can do this for you. But I wish you to know the potentials.
Without hesitation, I would like to know.
With reading into the past, I'd like you 1 through 12. I'd like you to think back on the days prior to this particular memory. Just for
12.
1 through 12.
I do have a set of dice right next to me. You would, I assume you know what I'm asking about.
Are you asking about Vikram?
No. Well, maybe, I don't know. Backstory stuff.
The Publican.
The Republican?
A man of an inquisitive nature, a good-natured man who believes he is doing what is right. But under his feet he does not recognize the dead men he has sent. A dangerous man, for believing one's own unerring ways can bring about great destruction. The man you are searching for is one such man, a man whom believed he was serving not but his country, but good itself, however tainted that might be. The one whom betrayed you was a man who did not agree with your own ideals or your country's, but exclusively his own. and believed in doing so cause some form of greater good. A man of already great power, a man in already good disposition.
That is good to know. It does help narrow down my search somewhat.
But be aware, once again, this man already trods over dead men's feet. Perhaps it is best for those he trod over, not already dead, to remain as he envisioned
For now.
dead men.
Good night, Vosshawk.
In a manner of speaking. But people don't
Mm.
expect it when a dead man comes back. Though that is good to know.
And I'll go over what the potential like skill effectiveness or effects these have been in it.
Yeah.
Zane's was just pertinent.
Yeah. We're gonna fight a big old pus demon thing that spits out diseases.
And as someone of your past, and as someone gave good advice to, all at the same time.
Yeah.
Legitimately, like I said, it's a fortune teller is a boon.
Yeah.
In almost all circumstance.
Yep. I know.
So as she tells you, she goes, and I am sorry for the loss you have suffered. Great, driving you from your lands. May you find peace in this, and may you find peace in the new home you create.
I will find peace when he is dealt with and found, brought to justice.
Sounded like so many young and foolhardy.
That's definitely me. Not Merlin, that's me.
Full farty.
Foolhardy individuals who have come before you. But I wish you luck.
First name full, last name farty.
Yeah. Oh, I am well aware. Like, playing Varsaki is blatantly ignoring all of this. He's, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's friends with Huge Dick. Huge Dick.
Does anyone want to say anything? Does anyone want to do anything to kind of explain to Merlin and Alaric what has happened inside?
You mean Solomon and Alaric?
Solomon, I apologize. Yeah, Solomon, Alaric.
If you want your fortune told, this lady is more than qualified, I think. Or she is best.
Yeah, Frank is really cool.
Frank is pretty neat.
I'll give it a shot.
Your name's Frank?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alright, I'll go ask Frank.
Who goes first? Alaric or Solomon?
You had to see it coming.
Yeah.
Gup asked, "What's her name?" Then she says, "Can I be Frank?"
Yep, you're Frank now.
I wasn't bothered by this. I'm okay.
Logan, are you here?
What was that, John?
I said, are you gonna be around for a little bit?
What do you mean?
Like,
Do you want to go first, or do you want to go
yes.
before John?
Did you want
I'll
a
go first.
fortune told?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Alaric, you enter into her small, humble abode with a few herbs, kind of, sectioned in jars of clay or glass that she has kind of scavenged. As you enter in, she goes, one way of both nature and metal, an interesting duality. Friends with the kobold, the hobgoblin, and the human, I assume. What can I answer for you, young?
I'd like to know more about my past.
What about your past? If you do not wish to tell me, that is fine. But as I have told them, the past is second in danger to the future.
I wish to know why my people were killed by the ones who helped raise me.
I am sorry for your heavy heart. I hope to be able to answer this, and may the fates guide us. 1 to 12. There, Logan.
I pick or I roll a d12.
Whatever you would like.
3.
As one by one, she pulls a card off. 1, 2, pulling the
That's
twin.
fucking funny.
Pulling the twin of an individual's past. One only motivated oneself. An individual who, like you, went from nature to civilization, did the opposite. The duality, the twin in Razel, in upbringing. Part of this deception that you would call it, or part of this persuasion, as others, was brought about by an individual who had the same, but a dual upbringing of your own. I am sorry for your loss. And unfortunately, they did not seem to learn in the same way you did, but rather in respect and understanding, like you did, in a hate, in admiration. One that you did not have. That is how they perceived it, and so they sowed about the destruction of your people. And I am sorry for this. But the twin is your cause.
Alright. Did you get a name, a description? What did the
I
card
can-
tell you?
I can only tell you what I have told you. That is what the cards tell me. Think back on your past. Think of what the people whom raised you have told you of those whom wish to pursue similar but die opposed pursuits of your own. Think on a name. Think on those who may wish to have done the same as you, but in opposite order.
Thank you.
Of course. Come, Dragonborn.
Say, thank you. I'm gonna sit down.
Chromatic in scale. Blue. Typically, when your people come, they wish to know of their future and wealth they can gain. What would you like to know, Dragon?
Well, I do want to know my future, but I'm not too concerned with the wealth.
So you would just like to see what the future may bring.
More specifically, what my goals might bring if they are completed.
Very well. Roll me a d6. Or tell me a d6, whatever you would like.
2. Wax.
The waxworks.
Oh,
Ah, I think I've been there. Great hot tub place.
The waxworks.
Is that next to the yoga spot?
Yeah, it is actually.
Something in your own environment is corrupting and deceiving interpretations. In your nearby future, these false figures may come to light, and you will decide how you must deal with them, but it will be hard to tell which is which, whether truth or false, and if you are to destroy the incorrect one, well, there will be A, no way of telling, but B, there will be no going back, as it will be your only understanding of what truth is. She kind of brings her fingers into the cards and begins to shuffle once again. The waxworks are a very dangerous card, as it means the goal one has pursued may be false or truth, and a false trap may be set upon them in the future. It is up to you to decide what is truth and false. But there may be no direct way of telling. Too close are the workings and the similarities between the two. She kind of puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, pray at this choice you have strong conviction and peace of mind in your actions. I hope the road you have led has led to peace.
Well, it did until now.
Strong conviction. He's literally called the Oathbreaker.
Thank
That's
you for-
okay.
Yeah.
As she goes, while other people may not view your decisions as right, come the end of your life and when the gods above may judge, with your own convictions you will be judged. With your own understanding will you be placed in your realm of eternal rest. May he guide. Something my teacher would tell me to soothe religious folk.
Let you know I was religious.
You're a fucking paladin.
As she draws a card. as she reaches into the deck and pulls out a card. The Coatl. My card for the day. Most people view this creature as logical and long past, but I view him as a deity of good.
It's also long past. Those things coincide, but whatever.
I view that when I die, pass away, may a creature as beautiful and understanding as the stories I have read be one so like-minded as this. And with every person I can see within their eyes a glint of whom the individual is that allows me to give insight upon the cards themselves.
Dub's picking his nose.
Absolutely. Magic itself, whether through the mage or the sorcerer, cleric, the bard, fighter, or such, it melds and weaves into hardiness, quickness. It guides one hand and otherwise, but deeper within, I believe, a deity, some long forgotten power above that blesses the cleric, but more importantly, blesses the farmer's hands, blesses the seas and the rains and the weathers will guide us.
Big rock.
The rain. It blesses
I'm-
the rains.
And I believe in old,
Down in Tang Island.
and I believe old magic exists still in the divination of the cards. If you wish to have your new fortune told sometime, come back to me or come find another within some town. We are few and far between, persecuted as witches and, well, depending on which kingdom it is, ill-gotten. But we exist in every town, in every median. While we may not have cards, we have other forms that we have created to allow us to tap into what our families have set before us.
There are more Franks.
Yeah,
Yes, Goblin.
they come in
Yes,
packs
go.
of 12.
But once again, the cards themselves do nothing more than tell us and warn us or inform us. They do not set upon us an action that was not already in place that most people perceive. It simply is once again, a warning, an interpretation, or perhaps in some times understanding beyond what we have the capabilities of understanding through magics ill forgotten and long since past. Very few of us carry this tradition, but within these cards holds great powers.
Let's kill her and take the
She
cards.
kind of is speaking to everybody at this point.
Mhm.
Come and seek another diviner if you wish to have more information revealed. But for now, you may rest at my hut. But the cards are silent.
Did they talk to you? I didn't hear anything from them before.
It is a magic that takes decades to listen to and hear. What I explained to you is simply what the cards themselves told me.
Oh.
Hmm.
So you speak cards.
Can you teach me the language?
I think Voshok has a spell for that.
In a if you have the mind to understand in a very rudimentary sense, yes. But in order to fully understand it would, as I said, take decades. If you wish to spend the night, though, I can share with you in the short time we have what I can before you decide to leave. Do you guys want to rest here for the night?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Cool.
Zane, roll me a wisdom check.
Well, saving throw.
Just a wisdom modifier d20.
I was about to roll a D0. Hell
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty good.
17. So I will give you a few cards. So I would like you to roll me a d6 4 time.
Pretty
One.
damn good.
2,
Damn, 3 5s.
4, 5. So the first one is the Queen Mother.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
So the
Oh,
Queen
I am the
Mother
Queen Mother.
is. Take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm the Queen Mother.
This is a card specifically about one's past. Somebody whom, through their own interpretation of the law, the way to raise an individual or guide an individual, not by good or evil, through their own intentions or societals, they strictly tried to guide an individual. Okay?
Okay.
It is a card of one's past, the Queen's Mother.
Yeah, Ox, I just realized I've
One.
had the audio muted the entire time. You're going to have to do that all again.
Have you lied? Did you just lie to me?
Yes, it did. What do
Okay.
the cards say?
1, 2, 3, 5. The next one is the dance. Now there is a second dance. This particular dance, as she is kind of reading through your days, your years, your months in divination, this is not a dance of chaos. This is a learned, almost religious-like dance. One pure in nature, one choreographed through generations. Now this can mean the semblance of one's ideal will mean what they have intended, that good and the order of society will bring together. It's one of, but once again, a rehearsed performance almost, above all other things, with good intentions. That is kind of the ideals behind it.
I think that's Johnny Dangerous' card. He's the Dancy Boy.
2.
Mhm.
The next one is Snakebite. Now this is a dangerous card. This is one of the future.
Like,
This means that at some point an individual betray them. Like a seeping hydra's or a snake's venom, it will work into their veins, and over the next course of days, years, decades, potentially generations behind that individual, it will corrupt and destroy.
kind of like how I plan on betraying Fozhawk and killing him in his sleep.
Sure.
Sounds about right.
It is a very dangerous
Exactly.
card. Once again, this is just learning. It's kind of, I'm giving you these 4 cards to kind of be able to pull from and kind of interpret them as you will. So, Snakebite, a very dangerous card. And then 2.
I just pulled that one out and throw it at people. It's very dangerous.
So this one is called the Tangled Briar. This is past. This is someone in your past, or the events that you have set apart are predestined and from the beginning have begun to entangle and ensnare an individual's actions to bring about their own destruction. It means that from the very start, a person's own pursuits could have been maybe not themselves, but through somebody they relied on. Otherwise, that person could have been threading a wire that will slowly knot them up and destroy them. It is not for the individual your readings gain, but for the briar itself to kill, mangle, and suck out the nutrients of. And it is something that has already begun to be fulfilled. It is the past.
None of these are applying to me. Is that what you're saying? But,
No, it's more of just information of like how to read the cards.
Okay.
It is information for you to learn and be aware of. You have learned more or less these 4 cards.
Okay.
Snakebite, the Dance, the Queen Mother, and then the Tangled Briar.
Snakebite. Hoo-ha-ha.
I kind of wonder why an ant
Right.
needs boobs.
It has boobs. Don't worry about
Your
it.
aunt has
Queen Mother,
boobs.
that's
My aunt
why.
has boobs.
That's
Ants
true.
have boobs.
My aunt has boobs too.
Yeah.
My aunt doesn't have boobs. She
I've
had
seen her
breast
aunt. She has
cancer.
some boobs. Small boobs, but she got boobs.
I know, but I'm thinking of the aunt that had breast cancer.
Still had boobs,
Had them.
She had boobs. She doesn't have them anymore.
but had 'em.
Why can't you
That's why
just
it's the
give
past.
A little bit of ant titty.
Yeah. Come on, DT.
I know, I'm a furry.
Uh,
Are we calling it there?
You gotta.
We're with that information. Unless you guys want to ask or kind of talk about anything, we'll probably end with a long rest in this lady's house.
Mm-hmm. And we're all dead in the morning because she's a hag and kills us in our sleep. But
You
thanks
guys
all.
all do have bad nightmares,
Yeah.
but that's not relevant.
Thank you, killing the stream. We'll catch you later.
Deuces.
You all have nightmares of a group from prehistoric times.